go right down the lane.
Sowers is back, reaches up, and it's a grand slam for De La Salle.
All alone. Scott got it. Great hook by Coach Stick to break down the defense.
Good evening and welcome to high school football on the ISC Sports Network. Our cameras take us to Owen Valley High School and beautiful Spencer, Indiana for a Western Indiana Conference game as Owen Valley plays host to Cloverdale. Both teams looking to add to their win totals on the season. The Clovers come in at just 1-5. The Patriots are 0-6 on the season. My name is Greg Rakestraw, joined by Mike Walensky, and this is the Endeavor Communications pregame show. Discover how you can save money by bundling your Endeavor services by calling 800-922-6677. It has been a season of struggle for Owen Valley. They are young, they have been injured, and they have been shut out in each of their last two games. And frankly, Mike, they are hoping that tonight they can turn around their season. Yes, they'd like to get a victory. They got to start by being competitive first.
Yeah, Dwayne Potts, the head football coach in his 17th year, talked about this team focusing on the process, continuing to improve. And one of the things that I feel like that he has an advantage tonight is a kicking game. Carter LeCourcier is an all-state kicker, an outstanding punter as well, averages over 39 yards per punt. And if he can get off to a good start here, and they can stop the running game, they've got a chance.
It is a Cloverdale team that is 1-5 and picked up their first win of the season against Brown County last week by a score of 26-8. They had a couple of close losses early in the season, so yes, they too have struggled this year. That win snapped a 6-game losing streak dating back to last year, but there's some reasons for some positive momentum on the side of the Cloverdale Clovers.
One of them, Greg, is Jake Smith. He ran for over 133 yards last week in the victory over Brown County in 13 carries. When you can have Smith doing that type of damage on the ground along with Logan Abner, who's their leading runner, they've got a chance. And with Parker Watts as a veteran signal caller now at quarterback, they can put some points on the board.
Speaking of quarterbacks, Owen Valley gets theirs back in sophomore Skylar Adams. He has been out since a second-half injury in week number 1 against Vincennes Lincoln. They also get back senior running back and linebacker Noah Cook. He has been out injured for a good chunk of the season as well. Neither of these teams will have too much in terms of numbers, but again, both these teams look at each other and say, hey, we've got a chance in this one this evening.
No doubt about it. And Glenn Hinshaw for Owen Valley, though winless, has 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns. So when he gets his hands on the ball, he's a threat to go all the way. Defensively for Cloverdale, Jake Wilkes has had an outstanding year. Jake Wilkes has 6 sacks this season, 2 interceptions, and leads the team in tackles, and he also plays offense. He's an outstanding football player.
Time now for our keys this game. They are brought to us by Endeavor eTechs, who can help you with all your computer and technology needs. Available to Endeavor members and to the public. Call 800-922-6677 or visit weendeavor.com, and you can see Cloverdale's got some size on that front line.
That's a real key in this ball game because number 72, Parker Stevenson, 6'6", 380, and number 74, Jeremy Hess, 6'7", 390. Those two guys are their inside guards, right and left guard. They has a huge advantage for this ball club, either physically or even mentally coming in the ball game.
Literally, the skyline in Cloverdale has changed this evening because 2 of the biggest buildings in town are playing the guard positions for Cloverdale in tonight's game. Let's go with key number 2.
Key number 2, you got to stop the run, and both teams have to stop the run. In particular, I think Owen Valley has to do the job because you're going to see Cloverdale's Clovers run a lot of wing T, and they don't throw the ball too much. And then the key is leadership. Only 3 seniors will suit up for Owen Valley, and Cloverdale's got a bunch of seniors and kids who really believe in themselves and believe that they've got a chance as they move forward to maybe make some things happen in sectional play.
Tonight is homecoming here at Owen Valley High School. In fact, the homecoming ceremonies took place before the game has actually started. I've already awarded a king and a queen, a prince and a princess, and special things always tend to happen on homecoming. Again, this is an opportunity for Owen Valley. It has been a rough year. They are averaging 6.5 points a game. Their opponents are averaging 59.5 points per game. It's been grimace-worthy, but there's honor in continuing the fight, and that's what these kids have done. And tonight they see an opportunity. Hey, you might have a chance to get one here at home on homecoming.
Yes, because if you look at it traditionally, at least the last 24 years that I've seen it, Owen Valley is 21-3. They had a 19-game winning streak until last year, when the Clovers were able to win 20-9 at home. So they've traditionally been able to handle this Cloverdale ball club.
Again, these are two teams that have only been conference rivals for the last handful of years, but because of their geographic proximity, the two towns are located all of 20 minutes apart from each other. They have played frequently. And as Mike talked about, most of those have gone the way of Owen Valley, which is not surprising. Owen Valley is a 4A school. Cloverdale is a 2A school, but the Clovers got the best of them last year. And as Mike mentioned, it was their first win in this rivalry since 1997. Final thoughts where this one kicks off.
Well, this is a very unusual setup with these two teams. And I say this because when I look at the history, the only time that these two teams really did well on the state level, each of them won a state championship in 1992.
Sectional championship.
Sectional championship, sorry.
Exactly. Only
1992.
Sectional title in both programs' history dates back some 26 years. The Patriots taking to the field here on homecoming on this Friday night. And with that, we will briefly step aside. When we come back, opening kickoff and starting lineups from Spencer as you're watching Indiana High School football here on the ISC Sports Network.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Worried your family isn't protected at home? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eShield Security Solutions. With Endeavor eShield Security Solutions, peace of mind comes from knowing your family and your business are safe. We also provide internet, television, wireless, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Keep up to date with your favorite high school, college, and semi-professional teams on the ISC Sports app. Download it today from the App Store, Google Play, or on Roku. The ISC Sports Network. Local lives here.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Tired of watching the same old things on TV? Something new is on the horizon. The ISC Sports Network. Contact your cable provider today to add the ISC Sports Network. See the big games, the big moments, the championships, and more from all across the state. High schools, colleges, original content you can't find anywhere else. On the ISC Sports Network, it's all here. Find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Once again, back at Owen Valley High School, this beautiful setting for high school sports, and of course the weather will not be better than you will find this evening. Temperatures in the upper 60s. It could be down in the 50s by the time this game reaches its conclusion. Cloverdale and Owen Valley. Again, Greg Rakestraw, Mike Walensky with you here on the ISC Sports Network. Let's thank our friends at Boqua who are bringing you tonight's first quarter. Boqua Aquatic Fitness, an exercise program combining aquatics, athletics, and high-intensity interval training. It's a water workout your body will love you for. Grab your boats and get wet. Captains meeting at midfield for the ceremonial coin toss. Cloverdale looks like has won the toss. We'll see if they will elect to defer or They want the football immediately to start this contest. And they will defer. So we'll see this Owen Valley offense on the field to start this game.
And I'm surprised because Owen Valley's strength is their kickoff game. Hinshaw's done really well this year. They've got to get off to a good start, and if they do, we're going to see a pretty competitive ball game tonight, particularly if the Patriots can stop the run tonight.
Look at these two teams both in the same division in the Western Indiana Conference. Western Indiana Conference with 12 members, 2 6-team divisions. Your only games that count as conference games are your games against the teams in your division. But then there is a crossover game, so week number 9's opponent for each of these two teams is yet to be determined. And tonight's game will go a long way in determining just whom that game will be. Both these teams are in the Eastern Division of the Western Indiana Conference. And there will be a change in this league next year as Cascade will exit this league only a couple of years after joining it, as they have been invited to join the Indiana Crossroads Conference, which features schools like Cardinal Ritter, Beech Grove, Lutheran, Triton Central, Monrovia. Cascade gets to be conference rivals with their neighbors from Monrovia. Cascade and Monrovia members of the West Central Conference for many years. The West Central Conference merging in with this Western Indiana Conference a few years ago, which is why this is now a conference game between these two next-door neighbors.
Well, that Cascade move, that's going to be a very, very competitive conference, and Cascade has to be happy about the Cadets opening huge upset victory over Danville to spur their season. Right now, it's a new season for Owen Valley because they have a chance on homecoming to really come back and compete tonight against the Clovers.
Parker Watts, who is the quarterback, you'll also see him as a defensive back. There's a lot of two-way players and two-way starters in tonight's game. Special teams units, all the same kids as well. Hinshaw stands at about the 10-yard line. This homecoming game is underway from Owen Valley. Ball deadens in the turf at about the 10-yard line. Hinshaw waits to find a seam. It'll be wrapped up just past the 30-yard line. And this Owen Valley drive will start up there at 31. So again, returning to action is Skylar Adams. Adams has not played since he took a bad step in their opening loss at Vincennes Lincoln back on August the 17th. And you see him wearing a rather chunky knee brace on that right knee. So he may not be at 100%, but certainly it will be a source for improvement for this Owen Valley ball club. And they have struggled this year, but they had a winning season just 3 years ago. This has been historically a program that has been very successful in the Western Indiana Conference. Jet sweep goes to Hinshaw, and Hinshaw doesn't find much room. In fact, he'll lose a couple on the play. Jalen Johnson amongst those to make the tackle for Cloverdale, and it sets up second down and long.
Caden Stevens, number 22, also playing at linebacker. The junior 5'11", 45, number 22, also came up and helped out. And again, offensive line play will be very important for Owen Valley tonight in trying to run the football and also providing some protection for Adams. I suppose that the Patriots early on this ball game may test the secondary of the Clovers in this contest.
Carter LaCourcier is the lone setback here for Owen Valley. They'll again motion Hinshaw across the formation. This time it goes to LaCourcier, and again, just the battle up front is not much of a battle at all. Cloverdale overwhelming the Owen Valley offensive line, and the Patriots lose 3 on the play.
Jake Wilkes is having an outstanding defensive year. The linebacker was the initial guy that came through along with Trevor Woods, number 58. And there's just no blocking up front, and they penetrated the line of scrimmage and no space to run the football. At some point, as I mentioned just a second ago, Skylar Adams is going to have to put the ball up in the air.
And when you are so freshman and sophomore reliant, there is no place where that is more evident than when you've got to play those youngsters along the offensive line.
There's no doubt about it. But the target here might be the tight end. Look for number 13, Noah Roberts. He's been a good receiver so far this year for the Patriots.
And Owen Valley will go ahead and take their first time out of this game to try to get everything organized. And I'm not exactly sure on 3rd and 15 what you're going to dial up. But again, right now for Owen Valley, it's little victories. You know, you're trying to get positive yardage. You're trying to, you know, complete a pass. And so it's been that level of struggle, unfortunately, this year for OV.
Yeah, and I think it was well said by Dwayne Potts when I had a chance to talk to him before the game, is the focus on the process. And if they can do those little things, they will add up to successes, and those successes will turn into first downs. First downs will turn into touchdowns, and then that'll probably spur the defense on to really get after things on this gridiron tonight.
This Patriots team won their sectional opener last year against Evansville Harrison. 4 Evansville schools are in their sectional. 4 of the 5 public schools in the city of Evansville. Evansville North is the largest of those schools. They are not in this sectional. But of note, Evansville Central, number 3 in the state, is, not to mention, number 9 Northview, a conference foe, and number 10 Boonville.
Yeah, and Evansville Central, Northville, Boonville, all undefeated, 6-0.
3rd and 15, and that ball was knocked down by the defensive end for Cloverdale and Logan Abner. But a flag at the end of the play, and that might be a free 15 yards to the Patriots. Might be unnecessary roughness.
It could be. Trey Dickinson, number 54, was rushing the quarterback, and that's exactly what the call is. That'll give the Patriots a first down.
And that's the kind of help you are absolutely looking for if you're Owen Valley. Take the gift, 15 yards, and keep the drive alive.
There's Coach Winders on the sideline for the Clovers. In his second season, doing a really nice job trying to turn things for Cloverdale. He's 6-11.
And they were 4-6 a season ago. Last time Cloverdale won a postseason game for the first time in 5 years as they beat Speedway in the opener of the postseason before losing to Park Tudor in the semifinals.
Park Tudor coached by former Colt Orlando Lowry, another Ohio State Buckeye product.
Blitz coming. Deep ball thrown. Hinshaw, the target, makes the grab down the sidelines and taken down by Whites inside the 20-yard line. Owen Valley taking advantage of the penalty, and they complete a ball some 40 yards down the field.
I thought they might do this earlier. They tested the secondary to Sean Highbaugh, number 20. He's just a 5'6" junior, and Hinshaw has the matchup advantage down the sideline. Nice toss by Adams and a first down.
Call that a gain of 42 to the 17-yard line. The scoreboard has not been kind to Owen Valley this year, but a chance for the Patriots to take an early lead in this one. 4-man front for Cloverdale. Handoff on the draw, LaCourcier. Wrapped up. Jalen Johnson makes the tackle, but again, positive momentum continues for OV. That's a gain of 4.
And a nice job by the center. He's just a freshman, Eli Miller, number 55. He's 5'10", 230. Good job on the nose guard, bringing up a nice little gap over the left side of the line of scrimmage.
He's kind of nod your head. Starting center, a freshman. Good luck calling all those blocking assignments as a center, kid. Learning on the fly. Play clock is down to 8 as the Patriots get set. Little option play here. Quarterback keeps and decides to slide down. I'm not sure that's because the option pitch was covered. Not sure if that's because his right knee still isn't fully healthy.
Yeah, I think that's part of it, and I think he hit a slick spot there as they did a good job of kicking out Ryan Woodward, make that number 50. Ryan Woodward's 54 for Owen Valley. It's number 54, Trey Dickinson. It kicked him out and had a nice hole there on the right side.
So 3rd down. Again, they do have a solid kicking game here, so they could think about a field goal to try to take the lead. They'd love to reach the end zone here. Taking 3 minutes off the clock here in this opening drive. Looking for the deep ball. He's hit. Ball's out. Ball's fallen on, and Cloverdale's got it.
Wow, great hit by Wilkes there, 24 on the blitz. Unblocked, and he hammered Adams, and he's fumbled the ball, and that's a huge break for Cloverdale.
And a missed opportunity on the turnover. And Wilkes with the hit. Dickinson with the scoop. And the positive feeling of that opening drive goes away for Owen Valley. And now you see the Clovers take to the field. And not often do you first notice the guards of a football team. That shot shows you why. That is Parker Stevenson, 6'6" and 380. Jeremy Hess, the other guard, 6'7" and 390. Handoff at the mesh point, goes up the middle. Solid gain for Cloverdale. That is Logan Abner on the carry. And he'll pick up call it 3 on the first touch of the game.
Good job by Carter LaCourcier coming up from the, I believe he's playing safety now in this ball game for Owen Valley to make the tackle.
Abner on the season, 267 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Handoff on the counter. Good job by Owen Valley. Not much there. Second effort by Smith will net him a yard or so. They may say he was down. In fact, they're going to say he was down behind the play, so he will lose yardage. We'll call it 3rd and 7.
Noah Roberts, Greg, number 13, a two-way player, defensive end. He gets up gingerly for Owen Valley. He's playing on the right side. He's a right defensive end or outside linebacker, but he's staying in the ball game.
This is a Cloverdale team that has not exactly been explosive offensively themselves. They've averaged 12 points a game. What they've managed to do is generally keep teams from scoring that much on them. Everybody coming to the blitz. Watts going to turn the corner, lowers the shoulder, but he should be short of the first down. He'll get out of bounds at about the 30, so he'll pick up some positive yardage. But it should be a 3-and-out force by Owen Valley on Cloverdale's opening drive.
Watts had a receiver downfield. Jake Smith, number 34, in the flat. He didn't see him, and that's because there was so much pressure on him. He was just trying to get away from it and find some extra yardage, and now he'll have to punt.
And I love how the punt team is taking out your 2 big guards and bringing in 2 guys that can get down the field. That's the difference in the punt team for Cloverdale. Snap back to Watts. Quarterback is the punter. He's also the kicker. An outstanding kick. LaCourcier will watch this one bounce, and it will take a very pro-Cloverdale bounce. Watts may have uncorked his best punt of the season. That one down at the 15-yard line. It will be a 56-yard kick for Watts. Actually, he's had a 58-yarder this year. Good stop, though, by Owen Valley. After you turn the ball over, their defense answers the call, and Owen Valley takes over at their own 15-yard line.
That's really important because, as you talked about, we've got a lot of two-way players, and if you can keep these guys from playing defense and coming across and playing offense, it brings that energy level back to this ball club. And then having this quarterback, Adams, back in the lineup through a nice toss to Hinshaw early on in the ball game before the turnover.
42 yards of offense on one play with the pass. 15 yards in penalties. Helped flip the field that first drive for Owen Valley. Adams, quick hitter, knocked away. Target was James Hendrickson, freshman wide receiver. Knocked away by Jake Smith by Cloverdale. Second down.
Good job of reading that play by Smith, playing on the outside as an outside linebacker. Interestingly enough, Cloverdale only had 1 down lineman lined up. They had 2 defensive ends standing, and then they blitzed their 2 inside linebackers, putting pressure on the quarterback.
They are lining up in kind of a 3-4 defensively. But obviously at a school of this size, your linebackers and defensive linemen are pretty interchangeable. And kind of a similar stance here. Give OV a different look on the screen, almost intercepted. That hit Trevor Woods in his hands, and that's not good for Owen Valley because he's the linebacker for the other team. Third down.
Yeah, looking for the tight end there again. 13 trying to sneak through. Take a look at this one, and Noah Roberts was probably 3 or 4 yards away from that play. Just a bad read by the quarterback. And he'll get another chance here.
Stops the clock about midway through the opening quarter. And last week, Cloverdale a 26-8 winner over Brown County. And Brown County is whom Owen Valley has next week. So in theory, they've got some good chances these last 3 weeks of the regular season to get that first win of the year. Little screen pass here. LaCourcier makes the catch, gets positive yardage. He'll be shy of the first down. Wilkes amongst those that tackle him. Abner on the play as well. That should be a gain of, call it 6, and it sets up 4th down and 4.
Cloverdale did a nice job of running to the football, reading that short screen, but LaCourcier may be one of their better athletes. Good call by Coach Pruitt to get the ball on the outside and try to get some positive yardage there, but make that Coach Potts. But nevertheless, again, solid defense by Cloverdale. They're really running the football early on in this ball game.
LaCourcier on to boot this ball away. Watts back deep to return. High kick, and Watts will watch it bounce, and that will take a pro punter's bounce.
That's why LaCourcier is averaging over 39 yards per punt. The All-State cornerback and kicker, he's really good.
And that will be a kick of 58 yards as well. So literally the two players exchanging bombs of boots going back and forth.
Well, right there, Owen Valley wins the field position. They flip it. But I think Cloverdale's a pretty confident bunch and likes to run this win tee. I would be concerned if I'm Owen Valley about number 34, Smith. He's awfully quick around the edges.
Now they will line up in a 4 wide receiver set, but they are just as likely to run out of this as they are throw. No safety defensively here for Owen Valley. Watts bobbles, recovers, finds the corner, will have a first down, and taken down at about the 45-yard line. It appeared there wasn't much there, and all of a sudden it's a 24-yard gain for Cloverdale.
Parker Watts, his longest run of the season is 25 yards as he sees no one downfield, everybody's covered, and then shows some speed. There may have been holding there at the offensive line at the point of attack, no call, and Parker did a good job of holding onto the football, protecting it as he went down.
And he got lucky, that ball bounced right back to him after it left his hand. First down of the game for the Clovers on their second drive. Abner is the setback. Hand goes to the jet sweep man, that's Wilkes. Wilkes finds a seam, Wilkes crosses the 50, has a first down. Taken down from behind, inside of the 40. Noah Cook makes the tackle for Owen Valley. That's a pickup of 18 yards, and quickly Cloverdale on the move.
Wilkes had a good ball game last week, running the football 9 times for 52 yards. He's a two-way guy, doing a great job defensively. Nice run there as he got into the second level, and a big first down for the Clovers.
So again, Cloverdale going to this spread formation. But instead of slot receivers, it's 2 wingbacks. And the handoff will not be a first down this time. A pair of OV defenders make the play, Mason Abney being one of them. Ball carrier that time was Smith, and a solid gain of 7.
Good job of running to the wide side of the field, and Noah Cook also from Owen Valley coming up and making the tackle, and that has to be a concern right now for Owen Valley. Too many yards on first down for the Clovers in this series.
Already 4 different ball carriers so far for Cloverdale. They have racked up 54 yards rushing on the opening 2 drives. Full house backfield look this time, but somebody flinched, and this will be a penalty against Cloverdale. Second penalty of the game against Cloverdale.
I think it was White Helterbrand, number 12, was lined up off sides for the Clovers.
For second and long. Clock rolls past the 4-minute mark here in the opening quarter. Blitz coming. Toss coming away from that blitz. And that will be a first down. Taken down at about the 20-yard line. That was Smith, the ball carrier. And Jake Smith will move the chains for the 3rd time on this drive for Cloverdale.
He's got the great speed to the outside. Great call, because as Greg mentioned, those inside linebackers were clogging up the middle. Everybody was blitzing. He went to the outside where they had some numbers. Had a nice block by number 61 downfield, Brady Zerbick, the senior 5'8", 165-pounder.
Noah Cook made the tackle for Owen Valley. Hand off to the fullback. Bouncing off a couple of tacklers. And gaining to about the 15-yard line. That is Logan Abner. So again, the distribution needs to be pretty equal for this Cloverdale offense. Getting a lot of players, a lot of touches.
And they're being very patient running the football. They're not calling plays quickly. They're evaluating it, obviously, from different areas of the field, whether it's a press box or the line of scrimmage. And Parker Watts doing a good job of engineering this drive here for the Clovers.
Play clock is at 12 for Cloverdale. Make the handoff to the motion man, counter toss. Owen Valley was sitting on that play. Might still be enough for a first down for Logan Abner. But frankly, Owen Valley did not bite on the fake on the jet sweep. And chain gang might be required to measure this one. Nope, they'll give it to him. Nose of the football, first down, only needed 2 yards.
Abner's been the workhorse for the Clovers this year. If he goes to the outside there, I think he's got himself a touchdown, but he cut inside where the attack was coming from the Patriots, and he did a good job of pinning him in.
He'll settle for the first down, though. 4th of the drive for Cloverdale. As the ball now placed at the Owen Valley 12-yard line. And again, somebody moved early. Nope. Yep, you said it last time. I think it's even more applicable this time. Somebody lined up offside on offense.
And the only good news about that for Cloverdale is it stops the clock dead.
Also happens on first down. You've got time to make up for said miscue.
They put so much pressure on this drive on Owen Valley that speed to the outside has to be a concern right now for the Patriots.
So 1st and 15. It's the counter play, and waiting for them was Owen Valley. The tackle made by Kevin Kincaid. The ball carrier was Smith.
Well, good job by Kincaid. As you saw, it got past the tackle there, number 61, Zerbic, to make the stop for the Patriots. Got great penetration and a solid tackle coming from the inside.
Yeah, Kincaid was winning his block and turned and literally, oh, hello, ball carrier,
right there,
and snagged him. Got rewarded for his hard work against the offensive lineman. And it sets up 2nd and a ways. Watts will look to pass. Pressure coming. Throws. Jump ball. End zone. Touchdown.
Wow.
The
Johnson.
grab is made for Cloverdale by James Johnson. And Parker Watts has just thrown his 4th touchdown pass of the season.
And James Johnson has caught each of those passes for touchdown. Great job going to the backside of the end zone. The DB lost track of where the receiver was. 6 points for the Clovers. That's a big one.
First completion of the game. Johnson has caught all 4 touchdown receptions this year. That is literally half of his catches on the year. That was his 8th grab, and he is averaging over 30 yards a catch. So as is often the case in an offense that doesn't throw the ball football very often, when they do, they tend to get big plays out of it.
And that'll be a learning experience for Owen Valley because he beat the freshman James Hendrickson, who's 6 foot, 170 pounds.
Now, Owen Valley has gone for 2 after every score. Cloverdale's gone for 2 after every score this year. So we expect that on every play. Handoff, Abner. Didn't make it. Got hit. Corsier was there to make the play. And Cloverdale will settle for just 6. Take one more look at it here. Good goal line tackle by Owen Valley. But the Clovers on the board first. We're back in just a moment on the ISC Sports Network.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Back at Owen Valley High School, Greg Rakestraw, Mike Walensky with you. Here on the ISC Sports Network, 5 first downs on the drive, 79 yards of offense, the last 19 in the air. First completion.
Well, you got to
for
stop
Watts
the run.
In this game.
Got to stop the run, and unfortunately, Owen Valley in that drive was not able to do that, and that allowed Parker Watts to be able to throw the football downfield under play action.
So Watts does not line up for field goals or extra points, but he is the kickoff guy and knocks this one down the field. Welch, the return man for Owen Valley. That ball might have popped free, but Owen Valley's got it. So OB's drive will start up their own 35-yard line.
Well, the good news for Owen Valley is they've got nice field position here at the end of the first period. They did generally a pretty good job defensively, but that last drive, again, as we talked about, too many first down solid runs for Cloverdale, and then the Watts touchdown pass.
Last drive for Owen Valley resulted in a 3-and-out. First drive ended because of a sack and a fumble. Cook is the setback this time for Owen Valley. 7 in the box for Cloverdale. On the draw, it's Cook, and he finds a seam. He's got 5 yards. He's got just shy of 10 yards. And I think he's going to be just shy of the first down marker, but a solid 9-yard pickup.
Good job running hard by Cook there to get close to the chains. Now, Parker Watts, by the way, is playing safety for Cloverdale, and on that play, he didn't even move. He was so far out of the play, didn't move. So I wonder if they might, at some point, attack once again up in the air, because they're playing single safety football, and it's hard to run against this 8-man front, although give Cook, number 8, a lot of credit there.
Deshaun Highbaugh made the tackle for Cloverdale. 2nd and a yard. Cloverdale player jumps. The hard count from Adams should draw another first down for OV. That is 4 penalties against the Clovers in the opening quarter.
Tough chance there by Jalen Johnson, the nose guard. He's a senior, and he's just 5 foot 4 inches, but he's 220 pounds, plays low to the ground, but that time Skylar Adams did a good job drawing him off sides.
3 first downs for Owen Valley in the quarter, 2 by way of penalty. Little pistol formation this time for Owen Valley. Handoff again goes to Cook, and solid gain for Cook. And it is evident just how much Owen Valley's been missing with those 2 guys out of the lineup.
And I tell you what, they've got some beef up front. Number 65, Drew Dalton, is 6'2", 270. And let's take a look at 65. They're running right behind him and doing a nice job up front. So they're manhandling Cloverdale right now.
Owen Valley on the march, but we have to go to a break because we're done with the first quarter of play. Cloverdale leads it by a score of 6-0. We're back in a moment here on the ISC Sports Network.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Again? I'm going to miss the big game.
Troubled by your TV provider? Endeavor is here with eTV. With Endeavor's television service, there's no need to worry about a thunderstorm or whether your satellite dish is pointed in the right direction. We also provide internet, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
The varsity cheerleaders and some future varsity cheerleaders here at Owen Valley High School. Alongside Greg Rakestraw, well, that'd be me, alongside Mike Walensky. I'm Greg Rakestraw. How are you? Good to be with you on this Friday night. 2nd down and 4 coming up. Handoff on the draw, and he slipped. He saw a defender coming. That defender was Harley Pelham for Cloverdale, but Turf Monster helped that tackle as well as Cook loses 3, 3rd down.
And again, the offensive line has to do a better job getting off the ball there. Even though he slipped, that still probably would have been maybe just a gain of 1, as the Clovers did a good job attacking the line of scrimmage.
Given the struggles Owen Valley has had this year, I'm not sure this might be 4-down territory already. Across the 50-yard line. Adams looks to throw. That ball was knocked out.
Wow. Good job of keeping the hands up on the defensive lineman, number 54, Dickinson.
And the punt team comes on for OV.
Had some good blocking on Dickinson there, 54, but he just was smart enough to get his hands up in the air and knock the ball down.
We have called Dickinson's name a lot already in this game. So the last punt was 58 yards for LaCourciere. Play clock is at 11. And Obi's already used a first half timeout. They should get set here in plenty of time. Watts heads back to about his own 10-yard line. Snap in time. Good angled kick by LaCourciere, and Watts just going to watch that ball make the end zone. Great effort to dive in and try to knock it back in the field of play. The hustle, Braden Mostrip just couldn't get it in time. Cloverdale will take over at their own 20-yard line.
That was a great try. There's no doubt about that. Again, LaCourciere is just a tremendous punter. He got great depth there, even though he had two Cloverdale Clovers right in on him. Did a good job of getting that one away quickly. And now, again, pressure on this Owen Valley defense. The question is, can they withstand this offensive attack for Cloverdale? First down has been really good so far for Coach Winder's club.
Cloverdale team was 5-6 a season ago. They have not had a winning season in football since 1996 at Cloverdale. Stake to a 6-0 lead here in the early going. Toss goes right side, that's Wilkes. And Wilkes finds a seam. Wilkes has a first down. Wilkes headed down the sideline, and Wilkes slowed down, and LaCourciere brings him down inside the 20. But Wilkes will pick up some 65 yards on the first play of the drive for Cloverdale.
All it took was one missed tackle on the boundary side of the field, and then Wilkes was gone down the right sideline. So you take a look at this one as he's finally taken down there at the very end by LaCourciere, who comes over from the other side of the field to make the tackle.
Officially call it 64. They'll place the ball at the 16-yard line. Does not take long for Cloverdale to flip the field position. We've seen a variety of formations here from Cloverdale. Fullback dive. That's Abner. And Abner keeps the pile moving forward. Give him a gain of 5, maybe 6.
That kind of run will really lift the spirits of the offensive lineman, as Abner, again, as mentioned, has been the workhorse for Cloverdale with 79 carries coming into the ball game for 267 yards. His long run this year has been 19 yards, so he's a short yardage specialist for Coach Winder's team.
So 2nd down and 4. Handoff goes to the motion man. And again, Owen Valley had a defender waiting on him. That's no gain, maybe a loss. That was Smith that was the ball carrier. Abney on to make the tackle. Loss of 2 on the play.
Mason Abney, number 6. He's one of the few seniors in the lineup tonight for Coach Potts Ball Club. He's 5'9", 180 pounds. He plays both ways. He's been the guy who's had the most carries offensively for Owen Valley, but this time he comes up big defensively.
Working the schedule for Cloverdale. This is just their 3rd road game, but they're on the road each of the next 2 weeks. They're at Indian Creek next week, and then they're on the road for their crossover game in league play. On the counter, it's Wilkes, tries to bounce outside, and nowhere to go. LaCourciere.
Boy, nice job by LaCourciere, and also he had some help from number 56. You've mentioned his name before, in Kevin Kincaid. That left side of the Patriot defense doing a nice job tonight.
Loss of 5, and again, this is a Cloverdale team that won't line up for a field goal extra point there. It's 4-down territory once they cross about the 35-yard line. A little more difficult now as they are facing 4th and 11.
Got to be concerned if I'm Owen Valley to cover the corner.
We'll drop a couple of linebackers deeper here. Pressure coming. Watts in the flat. Catch made, but tackle made immediately. And Cook tells you ball belongs to Owen Valley.
Tough decision to make. You maybe make that throw on 1st or 2nd down, but on 4th down he is so far behind the chains. There's no way that they're going to be able to make it, but Cook does a nice sure tackle in space.
Remains a 1-score game. Cook going to earn a brief breather on the sidelines for Owen Valley. We saw him carry the ball 3 times in the last drive for OV. Split backs in the backfield. Mason Abney and Noah Roberts. And now a timeout will be called by Owen Valley, as it appears they were a man short. So they will burn their second timeout. Fans, you can download the ISC Sports Network today from your favorite app store. Watch free live sports broadcasts, including all IHSAA tournament events. The ISC Sports Network, local lives here. That's right. Once we get to the postseason, all of our broadcasts, both live and on demand, during the postseason are absolutely free. We certainly think it's worth your $4.95 a month to subscribe to the ISC Sports Network for all the other great quality content we have, whether it's games in football, volleyball, soccer, past games we've done. Some of our shows like the Andy and Bruno Show, the Video Sports Journal, Conversations with Lanny Seago, and much more. But once we get to the postseason, all games are live, on demand, and free on the ISC Sports Network app.
I think that's absolutely a tremendous service, because there's going to be some games this fall where it's going to be so cold outside, you'll want to stay and watch the game on the ISC app. Plus, if you go to the game, you can still watch it on the ISC app as well.
So again, pistol formation here for Owen Valley. Blitz coming. Handoff. Abney makes a miss. Tries to bounce outside. And grabbing a hold of the jersey is Jake Smith. Those are the old school tearaway jerseys. He might still be going. Still a solid gain on first down.
It was a solid game, but again, it shows some speed for Cloverdale defensively, as Jake Smith came up with a tackle there, as you see number 34 grabbing the jersey and bringing him down to the turf. That could have been a bigger play, but again, speed kills, and you've got it in Smith. This Cloverdale defense has been pretty good this year. It's their offensive struggle from time to time. They're good enough to win more than the games that they've been able to come down with.
Talked about the variety of options for Cloverdale. 5 different players have picked up a rushing yard, or had a rushing attempt so far for Owen Valley as well. Screen dropped, and probably a good thing, because Abney was going to be wrapped up immediately by Logan Abner. 3rd and 5.
Another tough call there, simply because Cloverdale's defense was putting so much pressure on Adams. The only guy that he could throw to was the running back coming out of the backfield, Mason Abney, and as you mentioned, Abner came up and showed some pressure, and he dropped the ball.
Love that look from the south end zone camera. They've got these things down here that Mike and I are out there familiar with called hills that surround the stadium. It's a beautiful place to watch a game, and again, the weather is absolutely fantastic this evening. Line to gain is the 24. They'll throw the deep ball. It's a jump ball, and that will be intercepted.
That's a tough ball. It didn't get out of his hands cleanly. And the tight end, Noah Roberts, number 13, tried to come back and be the defender, and he couldn't get the job done. It was picked off by the Clovers. First down.
Caden Stevens with the interception for Cloverdale. And it's a short field now for the Clovers. And that's just one you really can't throw.
No.
Second turnover now for Owen Valley. First one was costly because it prevented a scoring opportunity. This one maybe even more so, though, because it gives Cloverdale a short field to work with. One wide each side. Toss play goes to Wilkes. Wilkes gets a good seal block. Apparently too good of a seal block. It's coming back for a hold. Well, the official had a better angle than we did on it. For the backside, we couldn't see a hold, but usually when the block is that effective, there's a hold involved.
It might have been one of the offensive linemen, number 72, Braden Bailey, the big 6'2", 275-pounder, came out to pull there. And that's a tough penalty to have at this point in the drive if you're Cloverdale. But again, it's still first down. Still plenty of time to recover. That's a big penalty.
It's a personal foul on the blocks. I'm not exactly sure, trying to decipher what the signal he was given on that, other than personal foul. Wasn't a chop block signal. Helmet-to-helmet contact is the call. Okay. So 15 yards, and again, that's the negative so far for Cloverdale. 5 penalties for 45 yards. It'll be first and about 26. It happened behind the plate. Take the handoff. It is the handoff on the jet sweep. And there's room to run. Down the sideline. They're going to get it all back in one play. All the way to the house. Touchdown at Cloverdale. Jake Smith with the scamper from 47 yards out.
I said early on, you've got to be very careful about Smith with his speed. And he just took off like a shotgun. As you take a look at this one, Parker Watts leading the way. Smith coming around on the inside handoff. Nobody around there to block, or no one around there to tackle. Good block on the outside by one of the wide receivers for the Clovers, and an easy touchdown for Cloverdale. That's a big one.
Again, Cloverdale will go for 2. I have that as Smith's first touchdown of the season. He had 250 yards rushing coming in. That one from 47 yards out. Same formation in the backfield. Toss play goes to Wilkes. Wilkes will not get away from LaCourciere. So once again, Cloverdale will score 6 and no more. But it is a 2-score lead midway through the second quarter. Wilkes tack it here, but the score now 12-0 in favor of Cloverdale. We're back in just a moment on the ISC Sports Network.
Not getting their messages? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eWireless. Endeavor Communications combines the nation's largest 4G LTE network with friendly hometown service, so you'll always be connected to your kids. We also provide internet, television, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Thanks to our director, Jake Morris. Thanks to Mike and Alec and Rob, Jaron, the rest of our ISC Sports Network crew on this gorgeous Friday night here in Spencer. Cloverdale fans made the trip down 231. All smiles with what they're seeing so far. Now staked to a 2-score lead here midway through the second quarter.
They're looking really good offensively. They're running the football, getting some explosive plays. And this is the time of the ball game where they could really take advantage of Owen Valley with another score.
Watts with the kick. Shaw will pick it up about the 10-yard line. And taken down just past the 20-yard line, and somebody lost a helmet on the play. That'll be one of the defensive players for Cloverdale, and Jalen Johnson to go to the sideline for a play because of that.
That time, good job of kick coverage for the Clovers as the Patriots have the football just over the 20. Not good field position to start off this drive here. Now this ball club, Greg, they have not rushed over 100 yards in any game all season long. They have really struggled to run the football.
Hinshaw and Cook, the backs in this formation. It's Cook. Had to run through one defender in the backfield. He'll get that ball about to the line of scrimmage. He might lose a yard on the play. And again, when the line of scrimmage gets moved on you quickly, that's part of the reason why that running the ball has been such a struggle this year.
There's 8 white shirts inside the box there. And it's very difficult to get 8 red helmets on those black helmets tonight. They're going to have to find a way to run a little play action and throw the football. Or maybe a little trick play here or there to be able to move this football.
Owen Valley 2 of 7 passing the football for 48 yards with the interception on the last drive. They'll throw the out route, and it's picked off again.
Yep.
And a second drive in a row where the interception belongs to Caden Stevens for Cloverdale.
Stevens did a great job getting his body in front of James Hendrickson, number 81, who was the intended receiver, and the ball by Adams slightly underthrown, unfortunately. He had plenty of time. Ball again slightly underthrown, and a great job on the interception.
So third turnover of the half against Owen Valley. Last drive began at the 31 for Cloverdale. This one at the OV 37. Wilkes the motion man. Watts has Wilkes in the flat and throws it too hard.
Wow.
Just a step or two behind him. He had some room to run.
He had a lot of room because Smith, 34, had cleared out the safety, and the corner had come with another receiver going downfield. I think that was number 21 for the Clovers, the running back, Logan Abner. That would have been a huge gain.
Cloverdale first incomplete pass, just the third pass they have attempted in tonight's contest. 187 yards on the ground, 209 yards of total offense so far for Cloverdale. This time it is Wilkes in the jet sweep. And Wilkes will cut back inside. Taken down just shy of the first down marker as he crosses the 30. The clock will continue to roll with 5:50 left to go here in half number one, and Cloverdale trying to extend that lead to 3 scores.
In that wing tee, everybody has to block and everybody has an assignment, much like you have an assignment defensively. That time Jake Smith, number 34, coming out of the backfield for the Clovers, had a nice block on an outside linebacker for Owen Valley.
So third and short. And with that, you see kind of the jumbo formation lineup here. Watts with the keeper.
Great push up front.
And nowhere to go.
I don't think he got it.
Oh, no. Got back to the line of scrimmage and then got knocked backwards. So it'll be fourth down from a similar distance coming up here for Cloverdale.
Good job by Bryce Balt, number 53, coming in for Owen Valley to clog up that middle there.
And across the 27-yard line to the Clovers. They'll open up the formation this time. Jet sweep, handoff, flag thrown. So it is a first down for now, but this has all the earmarks of a hold. And looks like a hold behind the play. A hold that could be, frankly, deemed unnecessary if you're Cloverdale. Because the design of that play was to get it outside and away from the tackle box.
And you have to figure with the penalty, as it's going to be moved off, it's like an offside there.
No, they're going to say, I think it was a chop block. That's what they're calling.
Block?
Yep.
Okay. All
Guy
right.
went low and a player was already engaged.
Yep, there it is.
So that'll be fourth down.
And looks like Cloverdale's going to try to go for it here.
You saw the defense or the offensive lineman and Jalen Johnson go low. That's a 15-yard penalty. So that is 60 yards in penalties here in the half against Cloverdale.
Wyatt Helterbrand, number 12, receiver for Cloverdale, was shaken up just a little bit. Bounce back up.
And now that if you're Cloverdale, I think you're going to, I think with a 2-score lead and you're so far back, you got to think about maybe about punting the ball here. Knowing your defense has just gotten you short field each of the last 2 times. You don't want to let kind of Owen Valley off the hook and get the ball at midfield with the stop here.
Although I tell you, a couple plays ago when they tried to dump the ball off in the flat to Wilkes, and he had a lot of grass in front of him, they may go back to that play again.
It's been kind of a feast or famine offense for Cloverdale. We've seen them rattle off gains as many as 64 yards. They've also lost some yards on some plays in tonight's game too. Cloverdale next week is at Indian Creek. It's an Indian Creek team that is 3-3. They are undefeated in the Western Indiana Conference. They are 0-3 in non-conference games, in part because they have played the likes of Greenwood and Evansville Modern Day, amongst others, in their non-conference schedule. They opened the season with a loss to Modern Day. Mike Gable's team might be a little bit down for their normal stature, but that's still a quality 2A opponent. Now we'll see Watts drop back into a punting formation here for the Clovers. I think this is as much about how good they have looked defensively as much as anything else. last punt for Watts went some 56 yards. He'll try the pooch kick here. It will take a sideways bounce, and Wilkes will kind of nonchalantly snag it at about the 19-yard line. That'll be a kick of about 25 yards, but effectively pins Owen Valley inside their own 20.
I found that interesting in that last punt that Parker Watts was standing at least 15 yards behind the center. That long snapper had a long way to snap the ball back to him, and thought for a minute there, with Parker standing so far back, they might want to snap it to the short guy for a fake, but that wasn't the case.
3 first downs so far for Owen Valley. Most of their offenses come on 142-yard pass play down the field. On the draw, it's Cook. And Cook nowhere to go.
Yep, nowhere to go.
Runs into Harley Pelham, who snags him at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
So far, Cloverdale is just pinning their ears back and attacking the line of scrimmage. 7, 8 guys in the box. And you mentioned number 77, Harley Pelham. He's having a great game.
Unofficially 4 yards rushing so far for Owen Valley.
Pelham lined up against that freshman center.
Play clock is at 5. Looking to throw down the sideline. That one's caught. First down, Owen Valley. Player steps out of bounds. It is a catch. It is a first down. But putting his foot down out of bounds was Welch. But Owen Valley will move the chains for the first time in a couple of drives.
Yeah, nice catch by Connor Welch. And again, tonight, Schuyler's passes are a little bit short, possibly because of that brace. He's not able to fully put pressure on that leg there, but doing a good job of making the execution.
I'm glad you point out as his plant leg, and so that would certainly be understandable. Hey, you're not really kind of snapping that ball off tonight.
He's gutting it out. It's a big drive right now for Owen Valley.
Handoff, positive yardage. Stevens makes the tackle. It is Cook on the carry. It'll set up second down and 7.
Wilkes 24, blitzing from the outside. Again, putting lots of pressure on the edge, and they force this football club from the Patriots to run the ball between the tackles without much success tonight.
Clock rolls past the 4-minute mark, close to the 3-minute mark now. Tip ball and incomplete. Intended target was Hendrickson. Adams now 3 of 10 for 65 yards. A couple of picks thrown in there as well. And it sets up third down.
They've tried that a few times, little play action. There's a previous pass play to Welch for the first down. You see he stepped out of bounds.
Ball needs to cross the 45-yard line here for Owen Valley. They picked up back-to-back first downs in their opening drive, have not accomplished that feat since.
Parker Watts is playing 25 yards off the line of scrimmage.
On the flat catch is made, but tackle is made immediately. Noah Roberts makes the grab, and he'll get a yard for his efforts, and here comes the punt team on for OV.
A safe toss, but not enough for the first down. And again, with Watts playing so deep, the middle of the field's wide open. If they run somebody down the seam, the Clovers could be in trouble.
Corsier on for his third punt of the night. First two have gone for 58 and 47. First thing he did was do a head count. Not enough guys. Needed one more. We'll break the huddle at 7 on the play clock. Cloverdale still has 2 timeouts. And Owen Valley's have to burn their last time out of the half just to make sure that they do not pick up a 5-yard penalty here. And even in week 7, when you're down to, like when you have to play so many freshmen and sophomores, you're going to deal with mistakes like that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the roster. I mean, there are freshmen and sophomore all over this roster. So, good news is, in the long run, Owen Valley's going to have a much better football program down the road, but you have to be a little patient because this youth and experience, as Coach Potts talked about, has to go through the process. And the process is you're going to have to take some beatings once in a while to be able to get where they need to go. If they stick to it and do the same things, they can have some success.
Score update, one of the games that you'll be able to find next week on the ISC Sports Network. At halftime, Harrison leads McCutcheon by a score of 10-0. Elsewhere in the Western Indiana Conference, Indian Creek is leading Cascade 12-0. Heading back deep to return this one is Abner for Cloverdale. Corsair's kick, another good one. It was Wilkes that was back deep. He's not getting anywhere close to that ball again. The bounce is pro Owen Valley, and it will wobble down at about the 18-yard line.
Good job.
42-yard punt for Le Corsair.
He's got nice height, good depth. Ball was spinning forward, got a good roll. Now the defense has to make a stand. They have to get the ball back and score some points.
Let's just see what Cloverdale, because they will have the ball to start the third quarter. You just kind of run your offense here and kind of see what happens, knowing you're going to be more of a run-first offense.
I think that's probably what they're going to do, and with that speed, Cloverdale is a threat to move the football. Number 34, again, the youngster is awfully quick there. Jake Smith, the junior.
Little option pitch goes to Wilkes. Wilkes first down and then some. At the 50, heading down the sidelines, won't be touched. One play scoring drive will go some 82 yards. Now a flag is thrown at the very end of the play. That might be an unsportsmanlike conduct. Let's see exactly how that one will be officiated. Where that penalty might be assessed. So flag is thrown at the end of the play.
I tell you what, Wilkes has done a tremendous job running the football. Once he gets the outside, they don't have enough help to track him down. And he showed some pretty good speed there.
I would assume that would be enforced on the two-point try. We'll again wait for a signal from our referee. I don't know if that wipes off the touchdown and the ball goes back to the 15. Just because that's a flag you so rarely see at the high school level. And the officials are, they weren't on the kickoff. I think they have that option too. So let's see for the official signal. So it's unsportsmanlike conduct. So touchdown is good on the kickoff.
Well-deserved run by Jake Wilkes. To the boundary side, there he goes, and all he has to beat is just Cook there. And the safety coming over too late because he had to rotate from the far side.
And there's that little display at the end is what drew the foul. Wilkes with a 64-yard run earlier tonight. That one goes for 82. The pitch goes to Abner, and Abner slips. So the song remains the same for Cloverdale. They can't get the two, but they keep adding sixes. It is a 3-score lead for Cloverdale now at 18-0.
And when you're a team like Owen Valley struggling, now they're in a really tough situation being down 18 points. But again, there's still plenty of time. They need to find something offensively. There's enough time here with 1:43 to take the football down the field and score.
We'll update you on some other scores from around the state. Carmel and Ben Davis are tied at 7. That game has gone to halftime. Also in Indianapolis, North Central leads Lawrence Central 16-0 late in the second quarter. Big game in Southern Indiana, pair of ranked teams. 3A number 4 Heritage Hills and 2A number 6 Southridge are scoreless after 1 quarter of play. And a game we just updated for you has an update to it. Cascade has scored. Indian Creek now leads the Cadets 12-7. That is in the first half as well. After 1 quarter of play, 3A number 8 Brebeuf leads Terre Haute South 7-3. That is part of the new scheduling agreement between the Circle City Conference and Conference Indiana. So you've got some kind of new matchups in Central Indiana this year. So Watts back from his own 20. Hops this one over Welch. Hinshaw picks up eventually at the 25-yard line. And eventually slung down back at the 22.
Good job of special teams there for Cloverdale. Number 12 did a nice job coming down Wyatt Helter-Brown, and nobody from Owen Valley was back to help out the block as that attacking group from Cloverdale came in and knocked Hinshaw to the turf.
Your Tom Winder's the only negative you've got from the first half, 75 yards and penalties. Other than that, it has been a decisively positive performance for the visitors. And Watts lines up as the deep safety. He is well off your screen. Other 10 defenders are visible. Bobbled handoff on the counter. And LaCourciere, good hustle to keep going, but even that leads to more lost yardage.
Boy, Dickinson was the first guy, and then he was cleaned up by Hayden Stevens, who's had an outstanding game with a couple interceptions, attacking the line of scrimmage.
Little pitch forward, and LaCourciere was lucky that ball went right back into his hands. That could have been another turnover, and Owen Valley does not have any timeouts. Does Cloverdale ask for a timeout here? Looks like it.
They have to feel confident about their defense right now, really attacking the line of scrimmage. And where once I thought maybe with the minute 43 seconds left, Owen Valley has a chance to put points on the board. Now Cloverdale's in a position where maybe they get the ball back.
Well, as you see, though, there's only 1 timeout remaining. And so if you're Owen Valley, you run the ball one more time, make them burn that timeout, and you can pretty much wind this one down before you get to halftime. Stay tuned. Coming up at halftime, our E-Shield Security halftime report. We'll have first half highlights, halftime stats, scores from across the area. And we'll have a message from our friends at Boqua coming your way during our halftime show.
If I'm Owen Valley now, if you're going to run the football, hold on to the football. As you mentioned, as Greg mentioned, with 1 timeout Cloverdale has, you figure they could run it out. So you've got to hold on to the football here.
They'll throw. Catch made. Screen set up. Solid gain, but Hinshaw does slip on the turf. Cloverdale's not using that timeout just yet. Clock's going to roll for Hinshaw and for Owen Valley. But again, a solid gain out to the 25-yard line, pick up a 13 yards.
Boy, the grass is slick tonight for whatever reason. We've seen a lot of slippage. Hinshaw there, surprising with the little bubble screen over there on the far side, nearly broke that one through.
And Owen Valley can take some more time off the clock here if they feel the need to. 3rd down and 7. Slot receiver got a head start.
Yes.
And seemed to get away with it.
Yep.
Incomplete pass. The intended target was Clayton Meek. That'll stop the clock with some 20 seconds or so left to go. And punt team will come on one more time for Owen Valley.
Trey Dickinson is winning the battle tonight, the left defensive end for Cloverdale. He was in the backfield, lickety split, and Skylar Adams had to toss the football away.
Cloverdale will have the ball to start the 3rd quarter of play. Stake to a 3-touchdown lead. I'm not sure exactly when they get the ball back exactly how aggressive they'll be offensively at this point.
Oh boy.
And LaCourciere for as good of a punter as he is, uncorks a bad one. Now he does get a bit of a home court bounce.
Yes.
As that ball will go forward to the 46. That could have been a
disastrous.
A 0-yard punt. He at least gets 16 out of it.
And the clock ran a couple extra seconds.
Right.
So you think maybe Cloverdale could get 2 plays in here. Maybe.
Just one timeout remaining. That's an impressive team to get off the bus. I'd lead with those 2 kids.
Yeah.
When they kind of line up for their line splits, so they all put their hands out. It's like watching a city skyline. Just up, down along the offensive line. Watts will look to throw and does complete the pass. Tackle is made. Cloverdale will stop the clock with 2 seconds left to go. Just a 2-yard completion that time. Third completion by Watts for a total of 24 yards. And Cloverdale now will have one final snap.
And good job by Mason Abney there, the DB, number 6 for Owen Valley. He tried to keep the runner in bounds so that the clock could run and forcing the Clovers to call timeout.
We'll update you on some more scores as we have the opportunity. Both these teams now out of timeouts. Roncalli leading Bloomington North 24-7. Cecina, big game in 2A, leading Triton Central 13-0. That game will have a big impact on the Indiana Crossroads Conference Championship race, and we may have the deciding game of that conference championship race on our airwaves. We will be at Monrovia 2 weeks from now when they take on those same Cecina Crusaders, coached by Odd Hurley. Cecina undefeated against competition from 4A and below. Their one loss was to 5A Roncalli.
Triton Central's a really good ball club. That is a good start for the Crusaders in that ball game.
2nd and 8. Last snap of the half, barring a penalty. Watts going to buy some time. Behind the line of scrimmage, going to tuck it and run. He'll get positive yardage, but he will step out of bounds. That'll be the end of the half. So Watts will pad the stat total to pick up about 21 yards, but that is the end of festivities for half number 1. Owen Valley has had some highlights, but the song remains the same for the Patriots. It's all Clovers on the scoreboard. 18-0 is our score at the half. Stay tuned. Our Endeavor eShield Security halftime show comes your way next as you're watching high school football on the ISC Sports Network.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Worried your family isn't protected at home? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eShield Security Solutions. With Endeavor eShield Security Solutions, peace of mind comes from knowing your family and your business are safe. We also provide internet, television, wireless, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Keep up to date with your favorite high school, college, and semi-professional teams on the ISC Sports app. Download it today from the App Store, Google Play, or on Roku. The ISC Sports Network. Local lives here.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Tired of watching the same old things on TV? Something new is on the horizon. The ISC Sports Network. Contact your cable provider today to add the ISC Sports Network. See the big games, the big moments, the championships, and more from all across the state. High schools, colleges, original content you can't find anywhere else. On the ISC Sports Network, it's all here. Find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
In a gorgeous night here in Spencer, 18-0 Cloverdale leading Owen Valley on the ISC Sports Network, alongside Mike Walensky, Greg Rakestraw with you. Again, Cloverdale just enough from the big play department to push their way forward to a 3-possession lead.
Yeah, Cloverdale has been able to run the football tonight out of that wing tee. If you can't stop the run, you're not going to be able to compete with them. And they've got the ability to diversify their attack because they've got 2 or 3 guys who can run the football, and Wilkes has done a great job running, and Smith's done a real good job. And then defensively, you know, once again, Cloverdale winning that battle, the line of scrimmage, really pinning their ears back, putting pressure on Adams, and the couple picks have really cost Owen Valley tonight.
Our halftime show, a service of Endeavor eShield Security, providing security protection for your home or business, powered by quality Honeywell products. Endeavor eShield helps protect what you cherish most. Call 800-922-6677 for more information. And Owen Valley had the ball to start the game. They were going to be 3 and out, but a penalty gave them another opportunity. Very next play, they completed a 42-yard pass. You're thinking, all right, they get off to a great start here. A turnover, though, ended that drive. As you see some of the highlights, that's the turnover coming up here. Owen Valley would do a good job of kind of hanging in this game. Their defense would get an immediate stand. Cloverdale would score 1 time in the first quarter. In the second quarter, a pair of big plays for the Clovers. A 47-yard touchdown run and an 82-yard touchdown run has pushed this to a 3-score lead.
And what's difficult for Coach Potts and the Patriots is the fact that they're winless, and you've got a lot of young people. And how do you respond week in and week out when you're losing? And now you're down 18-0 at halftime. They have to come out and have to have a positive stand in the third period. This ball game isn't over yet, but you give Cloverdale another chance to score, it very well might be.
The passing game has been good news, bad news for Owen Valley in the half. They have 79 yards passing. Their quarterback, who is back from a week 1 injury, and Skylar Adams, is 5 of 13 for 79 yards, but he also has 2 interceptions, both those going to Caden Stevens.
Well, it's got to be tough for Adams from the standpoint of when you just come back, you know, you don't have the kind of communication and maybe the tempo that you'd like to have and relationships with the receivers, and then he's wearing the brace. And I don't think he's at full strength throwing the football, so that's been a challenge for them. But he's got to find something deep down inside to come back here in the second half and make something happen.
Henshaw's got 2 catches for 55 yards. Connor Welch has 1 catch for 17 yards. Their leading ground gainer is Noah Cook, also back from injury. 6 carries for 14 yards, and because of some yards lost and a sack, It's a total of -2 yards of rushing so far officially for Owen Valley. For Cloverdale, you did see the touchdown pass that Parker Watts threw. That one went to James Johnson, and I love this stat for Johnson. He's got 8 catches this year. 4 of them have been for touchdowns. Watts in total, 3 of 4 for 24 yards. But that touchdown grab was 19 yards, and it capped off a 79-yard touchdown drive. Other than that, primarily, it's been everything on the ground. You've seen the big plays unfold on the screen. It's been from a variety of options. So Jake Smith, 6 carries, 63 yards, touchdown. Jake Wilkes, 5 carries, 168 yards, and a touchdown. Watts, the quarterback, 4 for 47. Abner, the fullback, has 4 for 19. So we will do the math quickly. That comes up to 295 yards rushing for Cloverdale, and that is on 19 carries.
And that means that the Clovers are going to win the football game when they can run the football running out of that wing T. As you see Jake Wilkes carried in for a touchdown. Great things happen for them. They get a chance to compete and win a football game. And frankly, defensively, they've done a good job in the middle of their defense. And you've mentioned it time and time again. The Clovers, number 77, Harley Pelham, playing at the nose at 6'2", 256. He's played really well tonight against a very, very young Owen Valley offensive line.
Let's kind of go inside both huddles. Let's start with Cloverdale, or both locker rooms, I should say. If you're head coach Tom Winders, what's your message to your guys at halftime?
Well, continue to do the same things that we've done previously in running the football. But I think defensively, they've sent another safety in the box. Maybe you play too deep now, and you play a little bit more conservative on the defensive end. But if you send another safety in the box, if I'm Owen Valley, I'm going to throw the football downfield because it's going to be there all night long.
On the flip side, if you're Dwayne Potts, again, you've given this speech, unfortunately, all year. You've been in a similar position, and they have done some good things this evening. I'm sure one of the mantras is going to be, hey, win the second half. How do you keep your young team kind of upbeat and positive in another tough situation?
Well, I think talking to Coach Potts before the game, he talks about staying true to the process. So what that means is whatever they have in their game plan, what they plan to execute in this ball game, that's probably what they're going to do. But I can tell you this, the middle of the field's open. And if they open up their passing attack, they can get some big explosive plays if they can keep Adams upright.
We'll take this quick timeout. When we come back, more of our Endeavor eShield Security Solutions halftime show. Our score at the break, 18-0 in favor of Cloverdale. Now this from our friends at Boqua.
BOQA stands for Body Aquatics. Had a woman that works out in one of the facilities I work out. She had a hard time picking up her kids. She and her mom started taking BOQA. And after about a month and a half, she came up to me before one class and just gave me a huge hug. And I was like, well, hi, how you doing? She's like, you've saved my life. After a month and a half in doing this, my doctor was so amazed at how well I could move and how easily my joints weren't aching. And the biggest thing, I've been able to pick up my daughter without pain for the first time in years.
The thing that BOQA does for me with Parkinson's, it helps me with my balance. It's a big thing. It helps me keep my muscles flexible, because with Parkinson's, your body becomes stiff. This helps me be flexible, get exercise, and helps with weight loss. It's been a great thing for me.
BOQA is athletics, aquatics, and exercise put together in a fun, effective package that allows you to get in great shape, safely, effectively with a bunch of friends.
It is a low-impact exercise, so it's not hard on your joints. People who have injuries can do all the exercises at their own pace, but yet get the benefit of exercise in the water.
My degree is in exercise science. And so in college, I discovered athletic training, and so I started working with athletics right off the bat. And with an internship that I had with the Philadelphia Eagles, the head trainer said, well, because you have aquatic training, because you're a lifeguard, you get to work out the athletes that have lower extremity injuries in the water. Literally thrown in the deep end of the pool to learn how to do aquatic therapy.
I saw my sister, and she said, come take BOQA with me. I said, what's BOQA? And she said, well, you'll find out. And I did. and I've taken Boca every chance I've had since. If I could do it 5 nights a week, I probably would.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Worried your family isn't protected at home? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eShield Security Solutions. With Endeavor eShield Security Solutions, peace of mind comes from knowing your family and your business are safe. We also provide internet, television, wireless, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Our score here at Owen Valley, 18-0 in favor of Cloverdale at halftime as our Endeavor eShield Security Solutions halftime show continues on. Greg Rakestraw, Mike Walensky with you. Let's update you on scores from elsewhere across the state of Indiana in the North Central Conference. Tech and Anderson are scoreless. That is in the second quarter. Boonville, again, they are ranked in 4A. They are undefeated on the season. They're in the same sectional as Owen Valley. They lead Princeton 7-0. That is at the end of the first quarter. Undefeated team in 1A is Churubusco. They lead Central Noble 28-7. 5A number 1 New Pal leads Shelbyville 60-0. That is in the second quarter. Go ahead and say wow again. Wow. Thank you. Warren Central leads Lawrence North 52-18. Warren Central number 1 in 6A. That is also in the second quarter of that game. East Noble leads Columbia City 14-7. That is in the third quarter of play. West Lafayette appears on their way to 7-0. The Red Devils lead Lewis Cass 30-0. That is in the second quarter. At halftime, Kokomo looks for their second consecutive win, starting 0-5. They lead Logansport by a score of 17-6. Big game in Southern Indiana. 3A number 4 Heritage Hills 10. The defending 2A champs in Southridge, who are number 6-0. That is midway through the second quarter of that play. Other scores to share with you from across the state of Indiana. Big one in Fort Wayne Snyder and Fort Wayne Northrop. Those two are tied at 21. Brownsburg leads Zionsville 35-24. That is in the second quarter of play. LaPel leads Heritage Christian. That game is 28-0. 6A number 7 Lafayette Jeff leading Richmond 27-0. That game is at the end of the first quarter. At halftime in the Western Indiana Conference, Indian Creek leads Cascade. That is now 18-7. In the Terre Haute area, 6-0 Northview leads 6-0 Greencastle 28-9. Northview in 4A, Greencastle in 3A, and again, both those teams a member of the Western Indiana Conference. Same for North Putt and West Vigo. North Putt leads West Vigo 20-14. That is in the second quarter. The Miners of Linton Stockton lead North Knox 21-6. That game is at halftime. Sullivan leads South Putnam 40-6. That is in the first half. North Central of Farmersburg leads Riverton Park 36-7. That game is at halftime. Park Heritage leads North Vermilion 21-18. That game at halftime. Brebeuf leading Terre Haute South 21-10, and Southport leads Terre Haute North 21-7. That game is in the second quarter. So again, just some of the other scores around the area. Big game in the Mid-State tonight. Whiteland and Mooresville are tied at 7. That is at the beginning of the third quarter, and Mooresville's been kind of in and out of the polls in 4A this year, but as we mentioned in the Friday Night Field Pass, Mike, there have ranked teams in 2, 3, and 4 in 5A. So of that 8-team league, 4 currently ranked in a poll.
It's incredible. Morrisville, coached by Mike Gillen. I really like that ball club. And Goodman, their quarterback's pretty good, and he's got a lot of speed. That's a Morrisville team that improved dramatically over the years. Another team that caught my attention that's really improved over the years is Northview. At some point, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, Greg, Northview really struggled in football. They're hot.
Alec DeFord saying hello to everybody on the camera. Hi, Alec. Thanks for waving to us. Covenant Christian leading Shortridge 21-6. That is at halftime of their game as well. So again, just some of the scores from elsewhere across the area. Center Grove leads Pike 23-10. We'll see Pike next week when they take on North Central. Up in the Fort Wayne area, DeKalb leads Norwell at halftime 7-0. Also up in northern Indiana, Angola, who is undefeated and ranked in 4A, they lead Prairie Heights by a score of 34-0. Down in southeastern Indiana, team we had last week in Batesville, they and Greensburg are tied. That is at halftime, 21 apiece. Another game on the ISC Sports Network this evening, and it's not close. Danville leads Frankfort at halftime. That game is 55-0. So there you go, scores from across central Indiana. We will take this quick timeout. We'll come back with third quarter action from Owen Valley High School. Cloverdale leads OV by a score of 18-0. We're back after this on the ISC Sports Network.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Worried your family isn't protected at home? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eShield Security Solutions. With Endeavor eShield Security Solutions, peace of mind comes from knowing your family and your business are safe. We also provide internet, television, wireless, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Keep up to date with your favorite high school, college, and semi-professional teams on the ISC Sports app. Download it today from the App Store, Google Play, or on Roku. The ISC Sports Network. Local lives here.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Tired of watching the same old things on TV? Something new is on the horizon. The ISC Sports Network. Contact your cable provider today to add the ISC Sports Network. See the big games, the big moments, the championships, and more from all across the state. High schools, colleges, original content you can't find anywhere else. On the ISC Sports Network, it's all here. Find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Back at Owen Valley High School, our third quarter of action presented by Endeavor eTech. They can help you with all your computer and technology needs, available to Endeavor members and the public. Call 800-922-6677 or visit weendeavor.com for more information. Mike, we expect to see here in quarter number 3.
Well, right off the bat, as Cloverdale gets the ball, I expect them to continue to attack the edge of the Patriots defense. They've had a lot of success there running the football, and that's what they do best, the running out of that wing T. But when they attack the edges, they've had a lot of success, particularly with Wilkes and Smith. For Owen Valley, at some point they've got to come up with a turnover, because otherwise, if we've got to see another couple scores from Cloverdale, it's lights out again. But they've got to be able to turn things on, and they got to make some things happen. They're such a young team, so fragile. They need to get this crowd back in the ball game.
And an extended halftime for band performance. Had a special presentation for longtime baseball coach here as well at Owen Valley. So an extended halftime. We'll be back to action within about 60 seconds or so from now. Cloverdale will have the football to begin half number 2. They won the opening toss and elected to defer.
You know, sometimes when you're trailing and you're winless, you take some risks, take some shots, and you know, this might be an opportunity for Owen Valley to try an onside kick, try to get the ball back. But then again, you're taking a risk when you're down 18-0. Maybe if it's a closer ball game, you might think about it to really change things. It's a mentality thing right now. You want to change the focus of these kids, but as Coach Potts talked about, he wants to stay with the process and continue to work game by game to try to move these things forward with this young ball club who, as we talked about, is just spotted with freshman, sophomore. I'm not quite sure if I've ever seen a roster that had this many freshmen, sophomore, and particularly freshman, sophomore that are playing. They've got a lot of kids that are playing.
A lot of schools that don't have the numbers will basically, you know, have a lot of freshmen up on the roster. You're not expecting them to play as much as Owen Valley is. Again, as we talked about, they've got another chance to be a little more competitive next week when they've got Brown County coming in here. Cloverdale, Brown County, Owen Valley all in the same division of the Western Indiana Conference. Brown County does have a win this year, but that was against Edinburgh back in the season opener. Cloverdale beat this Brown County ball club last week 26-8. And then if you look at the crossover game, you're looking at South Putnam might be on the docket for Owen Valley at the end of the season. The Eagles are 2-4, but 0-3 so far in the Western Division of the Western Indiana Conference. In the league, not sure what they're going to do next year about their divisions. With Cascade exiting, there's been some talk of Linton Stockton thinking about joining the league, but only really wanting to join for football. And kind of the prevailing thought from many of the other members in this league is that they're really not looking for a football-only member, but a member for all their sports. So stay tuned on what the schedule looks like for these schools in this league a year from now. LaCourciere. On to kick this ball away. Been impressed by his punt work tonight. First time I had a chance to see him kick off. High kick, fielded about the 20-yard line. That's Abner, and Abner spun down at about the 30.
Good job by Owen Valley, number 28, Jerry McBee, coming down and make the tackle. They need to have playmakers in this ball game, particularly right now. They have to find a way to get the football back to hang in this contest.
So ball spot at the 30-yard line. Watts 3 of 4 throwing the football for 24 yards tonight with a touchdown. On the season, he's got 4 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. It's the pitch play to Abner, and Abner, first down.
Boy, that play has killed Owen Valley the entire night. Pitch to the weak side of the field, the boundary side, and they make them pay once again. And Abner, as I've mentioned, coming in the ball game with almost 80 carries, leading the load for the Clovers in the backfield.
That puts Cloverdale over 300 yards rushing in this game.
It's amazing. Jeremy has 74, the right guard, 6'7", and Jalen Johnson is 5'4", the right tackle. It's quite a contrast.
Toss play, same play. Abner. He wrapped up just past the 45-yard line. He'll pick up 5 on the carry. I'm not sure. I mean, there might be some gravitational pull involved at that point. I'm not sure he can break away from the right guard. Kind of a magnetic force between those two.
It's amazing. You take a look at these young men from Owen Valley, how tired they are with their hands on their hips. This has been a tough ball game, even starting off the third period. Right off the bat, they're attacking. The Clovers doing a good job running the football.
Hand up in the jet sweep, that's Wilkes, and Wilkes first down and more. Wilkes down the sideline. Wilkes going to reach the end zone for a second time tonight.
Wow, what a block there by 81 James Johnson. Just a little block on the right side, and it sprung Wilkes down the sideline for a touchdown. Great job of blocking on the outside there. Just missed the block right there. He had block on Corsair, the DB.
Wilkes right towards the camera of Alec DeFord there in the end zone. So Wilkes has had carries of 54, 64, and 82 in tonight's game. He is averaging over 40 yards a carry this evening.
And I thought he was the guy that we should look at defensively.
That's pretty good defense.
Yeah, it really is.
Cloverdale yet to complete a 2-point play today, and scratch that statement. So 26-zip is the score. We'll see Owen Valley on offense here momentarily.
There's a toss. Number 12, Wyatt Helterbrand with the block on the outside. Another 2-point conversion, this one finally in the end zone.
Now if you're Owen Valley trying to put together a drive, again their first drive got the football inside the Cloverdale 15-yard line. But since that time, just a couple of first downs.
And with the young team, it makes it more and more difficult as the opponent extends their lead here.
So Watts awaits the kickoff. Hinshaw back deep to return. As Mike said earlier, he's had a couple of these he has taken back to the house this year. I think that was not a planned onside kick.
How do you like that? They pick up that one loose on the floor, and 22 for Cloverdale comes up with it. Caden Stevens, he's been all over the field defensively, and he recovers the onside kick.
And Watts, that was not intentional. That was simply him topping the kick.
Yeah, he missed that one.
And then he had a player fall on it. And Stevens has been a magnet tonight. He has 2 interceptions and now a recovered onside kick, and you could tell from Watts' expression, he was kind of like, I don't think let's not celebrate that. That wasn't what I was intending to do. So Cloverdale takes over. Handoff goes to Smith, and Smith will lose a yard.
Good job.
Roberts is in on the play for Owen Valley.
Yeah, good job by Roberts there, number 13, and also had some help there on the backside by number 31, Clayton Meek, who's a sophomore, 5'6", making that 5'10", 192 pounds.
Reference the fact that a game with South Putnam might be in the offing for Owen Valley. Those two played back in week number 2. South Putnam won that one decisively. And the only game against a non-Western Indiana Conference foe that Owen Valley's played this year was their opener at Vincennes Lincoln. It was 44-11. That was the game that Adams got hurt in back in week number 1. On the toss play to Abner that time, only a yard picked up by Abner. He's got 7 carries for 36 yards, and it's 3rd down.
That time, junior Zach Mosley, 6'1", he's almost 300 pounds. They listed him at 293, came off a block and made the tackle behind the line of scrimmage, or right at the point of attack, that is.
Line to gain is the 38-yard line. Four-man rush for Owen Valley. Watts going to tuck it and run and taken down. That'll be a sack. Well done by Bryce Balt.
Interesting that Cloverdale generally runs the wing tee, but that time they spread it out. They had 4 wides, 2 on either side.
First sack of the game for Owen Valley.
And you watch Parker Watts, he really stands a lot further back from the line of scrimmage than most punters do.
Second 3 and out that has been forced by Owen Valley tonight. Welch gets away from that one. Wilkes will down it. Be inside the 15-yard line. So the drive will start, in fact, back at about the 12. 37-yard kick by Watts with no return. His 3rd punt of the night.
You know, I don't know if Connor Welch lost the ball in the lights there. I'm not sure. But that ball was returnable. There's no doubt about it. He backed away from it. And for Parker Watts, though, wasn't a lengthy punt. Boy, it pins him inside the 20. Tough place to start.
So now we'll see the offense on the field here for Owen Valley. And Adams had 79 yards passing in the first half. Up the middle. Upended is Cook. Solid gain. Stevens makes the tackle. Stevens has played much larger than 145 pounds this evening.
He has. He's been really effective in coverage. There's no doubt about it with those picks.
Cook, the leading ground gainer for OV tonight. 7 carries for 19 yards. Play clock is at 8 as the Patriots get set. Unfortunately, I think the slot, nope, wasn't slot receiver, it was offsides. Slot receiver moved because the defensive lineman jumped. That should be enough for a first down for Owen Valley. See exactly what they mark. It may be 2nd and short. Let's see.
It's going to be close.
2nd down. The only negative so far for Cloverdale penalties. They've got 8 of them. 2nd and a yard. Snared that time, the ball carrier by Harley Pelham. But then a flag was thrown at the end of the play, and again, that appears to be going against Cloverdale as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. Hinshaw playing out in the slot, turns to the official and signals, hey, call face mask. And after he did that, there comes a yellow hanky flying out, and we're going to have a penalty upcoming.
Appears to be the 5-yard variety. That's enough to move the chains.
Sigh of relief for Owen Valley, because once again, Harley Pelham in the middle for Cloverdale is just controlling the line of scrimmage. He's won the battle against this young freshman center, Eli Miller, who's going through a big learning curve here.
First down of the half for Owen Valley. 5th of the game. Trips to the top side here for OV. Little shovel pass on the option. And LaCourciere will get back to the line of scrimmage.
Dickinson again was the guy that ran him down, number 54. We've talked about him all night long. He's doing a good job rushing the passer, controlling the edge against the run.
Part of the reason we talk about the same kids all night long is you're not exactly having a lot of players to sub in this game either. And a stellar defensive effort. Again, last week Cloverdale gave up just 8 points. They've had some good defensive efforts this season. In the games they have not won but been close in, and blocking mistake that time. And Stevens makes another play, and this is where I remind Cloverdale fans that DVD purchases are available from the ISC Sports Network, because the Stevens family will want to have this game given the way that young man has played tonight.
He's playing like an all-star, and he's an awfully good football player, but tonight he's just eating up the Patriots alive. There he comes from the corner slot, unblocked, off the blitz for the sack.
Second sack of the game. Another one belonged to Wilkes. 3rd and a ways now here for Owen Valley. And Cloverdale brings pressure. On the screen, tipped and dropped. Trevor Woods was the player closest to it. And the punt team comes on for Owen Valley.
Stevens once again is blitzing for the Clovers, and Clovers defensively, even though they've lost 5 games, they've had 14 sacks. That's a pretty good number. So their defensive line, their linebackers, whoever is going after the quarterback, have done a pretty good job this year.
Corsier with 3 beautiful punts and 1 not so much. His last one just 16 yards, but his long was a 58 earlier. Pressure coming. Corsier gets it away. And that one will make its way to just shy of the 50-yard line. That'll be a punt of about 32 yards. And a plus side of the 50-yard line to start the drive for Cloverdale. That is the 3rd time that has been the case this evening.
This young man's a good punter. He's got a nice kicking release, because otherwise Cloverdale would have had a block there, because the young man came in from the outside and nearly was able to come up with a turnover there.
This Cloverdale team has held opponents to 14 points or less 3 times this season. Only won 1 of those times. They lost to Cascade 14-8. They lost to South Putt in the season opener 6-0. So defensively, they've
got some athletes. They can attack.
They've done their job more often than not. Full house backfield here for Cloverdale. Fullback dive. Abner, quick hitter. First down. Keeps the feet going down the sidelines, and Abner reaches the end zone.
A missed tackle downfield for Owen Valley. Jerry McBee had a shot at him, and then he just took it to the house.
So add another lengthy touchdown run for Cloverdale. Touchdown runs of 47, 49, 54, and 82 this evening. That is the 3rd different running back to head of the house this evening. And again, 2-point conversion. Those wide line splits. Pitch play to Abner. Then Abner lost the football, but ruled to have crossed the plane of the goal line before he did, and tack on 2 more for the Clovers. We'll step aside midway point of the 3rd quarter. 34-0, Cloverdale in front on the ISC Sports Network.
Again? I'm going to miss the big game.
Troubled by your TV provider? Endeavor is here with ETV. With Endeavor's television service, there's no need to worry about a thunderstorm or whether your satellite dish is pointed in the right direction. We also provide internet, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Keep up to date with your favorite high school, college, and semi-professional teams on the ISC Sports app. Download it today from the App Store, Google Play, or on Roku. The ISC Sports Network. Local lives here.
Well, the offense in full song right now for Cloverdale. Abner, 8 carries, 86 yards. Watts, 5 for 45. Smith, 7 for 62. Wilkes, 6 for 242. And the cheerleaders are going to get their arm workout tonight. 34-0, Cloverdale leading Owen Valley.
They have controlled the line of scrimmage here, and that's been the key to running the football.
At what point would we fall over from the push-ups, doing them 1 for each point?
After 2.
I might cover the first touchdown, maybe. Welch to return this one. Finds a seam, still going, and knocked down about the 34-yard line.
Good hesitation for Welch. That actually helped him move the ball forward another 10 yards. And one thing for Owen Valley, for most of the night, they've had decent field position to start off.
Owen Valley trying to reach the end zone for the first time since week number 4. They lost at Edgewood. They had the experience of playing at the Inferno earlier this year, the brand new red turf at Edgewood High School. If Owen Valley wore their home jersey, they'd be lost on that field. And the wide receivers got a bit of an early start. That'll be the first penalty assessed against Owen Valley tonight.
Boy, the concern here is keeping Adams upright, because Cloverdale's really attacking the line of scrimmage. Watch Trey Dickinson, number 54. He's had a big night at 5'2", 225. The junior played very well. That time, before the whistle blew, he was back in the backfield very quickly.
Four-man front being shown by the Clovers. Deep ball down the middle, and Watts will simply knock that down. Treated that like it was a Hail Mary at midfield.
Yeah, did a good job getting over the top of the tight end, Noah Roberts. Roberts is 6'2", 230-pound sophomore.
Reference the fact that the sectional Owen Valley is in 24. That is the last, if you will, sectional in 4A. It's the southwest corner of the state sectional. The Bears of Evansville Central 6-0. Northview 6-0. Boonville 6-0. And Wrights and Jasper, pretty good teams too. Wrights is 3-3 under head coach Andy Hape. Jasper's 2-4, but their losses have come to almost exclusively ranked teams at this point of the season. And some discombobulation offensively again from Owen Valley. Jasper opened their season at Evans Memorial and lost that game. They've got a loss to Heritage Hills, lost to Boonville in that mix as well. And the draw show for high school football is next Sunday night at 6 o'clock. These teams will learn whom they'll be playing. Of course, 6A and 5A, all of 6A have byes. Most of 5A has a bye. 4A does play out of the gate the opening week of the tournament.
I think if you're a team heading into the tournament, you just have to focus one game at a time and not be concerned who you're playing or where you're playing. And if you can do that and live in the moment, if you will, and forget about mistakes that you've made in the past or losses, you've got a chance. And then once you start winning, you start believing.
Talking about Cloverdale's postseason path in a moment. 2nd and 10. Quick hitter. Catch is made. Tackle is made almost as immediately. That grab is for James Hendrickson. His first catch of the night.
It's the first time they've rolled Skylar Adams outside the tackle box. He did a good job throwing the football against his right hand, moving to his left. It's as good as a 3 or 4 yard run, but they're still way, way short of the first down. It's 3rd and 20.
Line to gain is the 44. Owen Valley did have a 42-yard completion on the opening drive of the game.
Well, they're blitzing everybody.
Cloverdale brings the house. Catch is made. Problem is, that's an offensive lineman. But nobody seems to have said a word about it.
Braden Mosgrip, number 50. Although, Greg, he could have lined up as a tight end. It's possible.
Now the flag comes out.
Okay, there we go.
Everybody goes, hey, that's that ball's supposed to go to number 6, not number 50. And I'm sure that Cloverdale just wave it off and allow him to keep the catch, frankly, even though he lost yardage on the play. But yes, Mason Abney was supposed to be the guy that caught that pass. Not Braden Mosgrip, the offensive lineman. Now Ryan Kelly of the Colts had a catch in a game a couple of weeks ago because a ball was deflected to him. If it's a deflected ball, you can do that. That's a legal play. Illegal touching. I think basically it's 5 yards from the spot of the foul and loss of down. So it's not a, I mean, you can decline it if you want to if you're Cloverdale. But frankly, it's a loss of down foul too. So I think that falls in the category of truly 601, half a dozen the other at this point. The Mosgrip might ask for a little more, time at receiver. He did a pretty good job of cradling that one in. Handled that like a pro.
He did. He looked really good. All things considered.
They're just going to wave it off. It's fourth down anyway. So Mosgrip officially goes into the stat sheet with a loss of a few yards on that play.
Mosgrip will snap the ball here, I believe.
He's legally allowed to touch the ball in that position. That's okay. LaCourciere. And before that one is snapped, offside is the call against Cloverdale.
Left end, flashed in through the neutral zone before the ball was snapped. Good call.
So Cloverdale in 2A, they are part of sectional 38. That is in the southern half of the bracket, although their sectional covers a wide swath of central Indiana. And they go north of Indianapolis for two really good teams, Tipton and Western Boone. High snap, LaCourciere tracks it down. It's blocked. Blocked kick. Stevens got it again.
Wow.
What a night that Stevens has had.
He's had a huge night. Ball recovered by 57, Jalen Johnson, the 5'4" senior.
So Stevens tonight has a sack, has 2 interceptions, has a blocked punt. And this drive for Cloverdale starts at the 6-yard line.
Interesting, for the first time this year from a football standpoint, guys are blowing out smoke out of their mask. You can see how cold it is outside. You can see their breath.
Lows expected to be in the upper 40s tonight. Toss play. Wilkes makes a couple of defenders miss and reaches the end zone yet again.
Good blocking in the backfield, and then kudos to Wilkes for making it happen with the second effort.
Last 3 times that Wilkes has touched the football, he's reached the end zone. Cloverdale has now put 40 on the board. And we'll get you to that postseason path for Cloverdale coming up in a matter of moments. Abner has gotten the ball in the last couple of 2-point tries and converted both of them. This time it'll be Smith. And the song remains the same.
Yep.
The lead grows to 42. So postseason for Cloverdale. Again, Webo 6-0, Tipton 6-0. And those two teams both in the top order 1 and 2 basically. Triton Central number 3 this week in the poll. You've got Cascade at 4 and 2, North Putnam at 4 and 2. Speedway 2 and 4, both Washington and Cloverdale 1 and 5, and Park Tudor is 0 and 6 so far this year. But obviously your eyeballs will go to wherever Tipton and Western Boone get drawn in that sectional.
It's really dynamic sectional, much like the 4A sectional that Owen Valley's in. You know, we saw Tipton a couple weeks ago, and I just think Roudabush is a really good quarterback. He can run, he can throw. You're going to have to defend him, and if you go on the road, Tipton draws really well at home. They really pack him in the house at Tipton. Credit to Coach Toll and his staff for that, developing that winning tradition there.
And I got a feeling that we will see Tipton again on our airwaves in the championship game for the Hoosier Conference, which we'll have that for you on the ISC Sports Network in 2 weeks. Well, I believe Tipton would play Western next week, and that winner plays in that game against West Lafayette. West Lafayette was up big early against Lewis Cass at the last mention. Henshaw
there he goes.
Finds a seam. Henshaw to the 40. Henshaw runs through a tackler, and Watts will drag him down, and then he loses the football, and Cloverdale will recover.
Wow.
Ugh.
It's been one of those seasons for Owen Valley, unfortunately. But you can see how dynamic this young man is. When he gets the ball in the open field, he decided he was going to take off and really accelerate right there. Right there, he accelerates, broke the tackle. He switches his hands, switches the ball to the left hand, and that's where he got stripped out. Parker Watts did it. Good job by Parker. And the Clovers fall on it, number 30, Braden Blevins.
So unfortunately, a 4th turnover this evening for Owen Valley. Second time after a kickoff for Owen Valley that their offense does not take the field. Watts with the keep, and he loses the football. And that is picked up by Owen Valley. And down the sideline, OV's going to score.
There it is.
LaCourciere with the fumble recovery. And Owen Valley is on the board.
Good job of attacking the line, the point of attack there for the Patriots. And as you mentioned, LaCourciere gets the touchdown on the fumble recovery. Finally got a break tonight.
Scoop and score, 23-yard fumble recovery touchdown. And turnabout is fair play on the first turnover of the night for Cloverdale. LaCourciere on for the extra point. He's saying he might. Does he need one more? Needs one.
I think so.
So of course he almost gets 2. It wasn't a special team score, but a defensive score that gets Owen Valley on the board. First point since week 4 for the Patriots. And LaCourciere slips, but still has enough power to get it up and over the crossbar. We'll take a quick timeout. Cloverdale leading Owen Valley 42-7. Late third quarter on the ISC Sports Network.
Not getting their messages? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eWireless. Endeavor Communications combines the nation's largest 4G LTE network with friendly hometown service, so you'll always be connected to your kids. We also provide internet, television, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Back at Owen Valley High School, 42-7. After Owen Valley scores here late in the third quarter.
Well, finally that defense and their attacking style up front paid off for them. Unfortunately for Parker Watts, he coughed it up. You're down 42-7, you'd expect maybe an onside kick, but Cloverdale's not set up that way.
We've already had one unintentional onside kick in the quarter. And with the slick turf, because of the condensation on the field, you might get an inadvertent one again.
He's going to send it.
This one bobbled by Smith. He'll pick it up inside the 5. And Welch will drag him down. The 15-yard line. Cloverdale. They really haven't had to have long possessions because they've had so many big plays offensively.
And this is a game, too, I think it'd be hard for these young men to be able to weather the weather, if you will, because for the first time, it's getting cold outside. And you can see these guys, grasping for breath here.
Play clock is at 3. Toss play goes to Smith, and Smith dropped. Abney makes the tackle.
Good job again of attacking the line of scrimmage for Owen Valley. For a young team, it's good they got on the scoreboard. And again, that touchdown energizes the defense.
Smith now with 8 carries for 61 yards. At this point, I think if you're Cloverdale, you're in the clock management business. Make the handoff on the jet sweep. Abner on the pitch. Runs into his own man, which slows his progress. He'll pick up 3 or 4. And that was Wilkes. And Wilkes the worse for wear as he's slow to get up after that collision.
Jalen Johnson, number 57, the right tackle, did a good job of spinning the left defensive end, number 66, Zach Mosley, off the line of scrimmage and creating that hole over there.
On the counter, it's Smith.
Look out.
Able to break a tackle, and down the sidelines he goes. One man to beat. And they won't get him. It's Smith who'll score.
Once Jake Smith gets in the second level, he's too fast. He's a great athlete. He can outrun the secondary, and he's shown all night long that he's got that sprinter speed. Great job by Smith. Had over 100 yards last week in the victory over Brown County, and he gets a big one here.
That one goes for 83. And that is the 4th touchdown of the quarter for Cloverdale. Cloverdale, most points they have scored in a game since last year. They put up 52 in a win against Brown County a season ago. So yet again, the 2-point try. Watts with the keeper, and Watts out of real estate.
Yeah. Good defense by the Patriots. 81, James Hendrickson driving him out of bounds. We'll
update you on scores from elsewhere across the area momentarily. And next week, our ISC Sports Network cameras will be at a variety of locales across central Indiana. Pike and North Central will be the game that I'll be at next week. North Central number 6, having their best season in a long time. Score update from the Mid-State Conference. Whiteland leading Mooresville 17-14. That's with 1:50 left to go in that contest. Roncalli leading Bloomington North 24-7. That is after 3 quarters of play. Delphi looking for their 7th win in as many tries this season. They lead North Newton 34-13. The push-up count continues, and so they're starting to show the wear and tear of all those push-ups in the 3rd quarter as well. Watts to kick this one.
Whoops.
Another.
Boy.
And Owen Valley will fall on it.
Well, the Patriots really lucky because I think they're a little shocked that that ball was kicked as short as it was. And fortunately, number 57, Trent Schooley, was able to sit on it, the 230-pound freshman.
So we'll be looking for their first offensive score of the game. Obviously, their points coming on defense a couple of drives ago. Handoff on the draw. That's Cook. He'll pick up a couple.
Those were tough yards. I mean, tough yards.
8 carries for 21 yards for Cook this evening.
He got hit hard by a couple guys, including Dickinson, 54, and once again, 22. Caden Stevens had his helmet in the mix there.
Final minute here of the 3rd quarter of play. 30 points on the board here for Cloverdale in quarter number 3. Little run pass option that Hendrickson could not track down.
Jake Smith, defensively, number 34. He always seems to be in the right place. Done a real good job picking up those tight ends out of the backfield. That time,
Where's that wind coming from?
I think he would have really blown up that play if the ball would have been caught.
So the score to pass along to you. Western leading Northwestern 55-0. As at the end of the 3rd quarter. Western on their way to 6-1. Northwestern 0-7. Handoff, and Cook never really kind of had that ball put away and loses a couple of yards.
Harley Pelham again, number 77, comes up with a big play. He's been unblockable tonight. He's won the battle in the middle. He's 6 foot, 256 pounds, and a junior.
And that is the end of the 3rd quarter. Cloverdale on their way to a 2nd win of the season and a 2nd in as many weeks. It's 48-7 with 12 minutes left to play. We're back in a moment on the ISC Sports Network.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Fourth quarter about to get started here at Owen Valley High School. Greg Rakestraw, Mike Walensky with you on the ISC Sports Network. All Clovers, especially here in the second half. 6-0 after one, 18-0 after two, and now 48-7.
They really stretched out in the third period. They dominated the line of scrimmage.
Corsier, last punt was blocked after a high snap. No such problem this time. Unfielded back at about the 16-yard line by Wilkes. And Wilkes makes defenders miss. Wilkes down the sidelines. LaCourciere knocks the ball free again. I think Owen Valley's got it. So the drive will restart now for Owen Valley. Almost exactly where it stopped, the 48-yard line. So second turnover of the half now for Cloverdale.
Big pop there on the return, and one thing about the Patriots, they are not quitting. They're continuing to fight, scratching this ball game.
And LaCourciere has had a role in both turnovers. Recovered the fumble for a touchdown for Owen Valley a few moments ago and forced the fumble on that one.
Talked about the importance of leadership, and he is a leader in this ball club. He's a senior. Not many of them.
Cook intercepted. Thrown right to Abner. And he will run it. Well, he won't make it to the end zone. And that turf got him.
Give credit to Hinshaw, too, coming from behind, even though the turf did bring down the young man who picked off the ball. Good job of reading that by the Clovers. Another big interception by Logan Abner. Abner with one, a pair from Stevens.
So turnover number 5, unfortunately, against Owen Valley. Cloverdale now starts at the 6-yard line. Play clock is at 12 as the Clovers get set. It's the pitch to Wilkes, and Wilkes yet again scores.
Another good block on the right side there for the Clovers. They win the point of attack, and it makes it look easy for Wilkes.
So Wilkes with his 4th touchdown of the evening. Again, 2-point try coming here for Cloverdale. Wilkes now 254 yards rushing in this evening's game.
Wow.
And Smith with a 2-point conversion.
Good sportsmanship between Kincaid and Smith there. Clovers have just been dominant at the line of scrimmage.
Fans that made the drive certainly getting their money's worth from the Cloverdale perspective. Cloverdale, this is now the most points they have scored in a game. They scored 74 against Turkey Run back in 2010.
And you know that will never happen again.
Turkey Run now part of Park Heritage, and as we referenced in the pregame show, the former Turkey Run and Rockville schools, now the Wolves of Park Heritage, and they are 5-1 and ranked 10th in the state in 1A this week. You know, it's probably time to consolidate schools when you merge 2 schools and you still play in 1A. Probably a sign. Different kicker is on this time, as Watts has kind of unintentionally had a couple of onside kicks. They bring somebody else in. Hinshaw, a solid return. Nick Bennett was the player that handled the kickoff duty, a freshman for Cloverdale. So Owen Valley takes over about their own 41-yard line. So the goal remains the same for OV. Trying to get some positive momentum on offense.
They had some different throws in the third quarter here to try to open things up, but again, Adams hasn't had much time.
And Adams is just a sophomore. Such a young football team. Handoff to Cook, and Cook will pick up 5 or 6 yards. Ridden down by Trevor Woods.
Logan Abner was blitzing. They ran away from the blitz. Again, Cloverdale still coming after the line of scrimmage here. Plenty of time left to go in the ball game.
So 2nd and 4. Cloverdale will have Indian Creek on the road next week. They'll make the trip to Trafalgar. Owen Valley here for Brown County. It's Cook again. We'll get a yard, maybe 2.
Good footwork by Cook. Getting away from the pressure. Cutting it against the grain. Going to the left. Positive yards. And again, as they talked about in the pregame with Dwayne Potts, he talked about focusing on the process, and that's exactly what his ball club is doing, trying to do the right things here.
Across the 50-yard line for the first down. Hand off to Cook. There's too many defenders trying to plow through. No gain.
A couple missed tackles, but as you mentioned, Cloverdale's been all over the place. They had 9 guys in the box there, and that's a difficult task to run the football.
So punt team coming on yet again. 8th time that Owen Valley has attempted a punt tonight. This time Helterbrand back deep to return for Cloverdale. Another good kick by LaCourciere. And this one will stop just outside of the goal line.
Great kick.
At the 1-yard line. Down by Owen Valley. Great hustle.
Tremendous job by Hinshaw getting down to run that one down on the goal line.
So a 50-yard kick. You see Moskrip hustling down to make the play. Second kick of 50 yards or more for LaCourciere in this game. .8:17 left to go in the contest. Second year in a row that Cloverdale will get the victory over their neighbors to the south. Those have been few and far between over the last 25 years.
Yes, they certainly have. But there's been some close games over the years.
Toss play goes to Wilkes. Wilkes gets out of the end zone, runs through a couple of tacklers, and eventually Cook will somewhat guide him out of bounds.
Before this is over with, Wilkes will have probably close to 300 yards, I suppose. He's had a great night.
That puts him at 263. And that is the first time in his last 5 touches he has not reached the end zone.
He's a good athlete, good basketball player. I know Coach Patrick Rady really likes him. I like him as a basketball player. This Cloverdale team made a run last year, regional championship.
Of course, it's going to be a bit of a different day for Cloverdale hoops this year. 2 years ago, graduated Parker Neese. Last year, Jalen Moore. Handoff goes to Abner. And Abner dropped for a minimal gain. He will pick up a first down. Just needed a yard. Got a couple of 3 and he'll move the change yet again.
still a remarkable contrast. You look at Jalen Johnson, number 57, he's 5'4", and Jeremy Hess, 74, 6'7". Just don't see that very often.
After 10 carries, 93 yards, looking to become the third different Cloverdale player with over 100 yards rushing this evening. Handoff on the sweep. That's Smith, and he'll lose a yard.
The first time that they've come up with a big play at the point of attack was Smith on the counter as Noah Roberts made the tackle.
The breeze picking up a little bit here. This is the time of year you got to take about 3 different layers of clothing with you. Need short sleeves for the afternoon and need the jacket for the evening.
And the beauty of this is for fans is now they've got clothing that you can wear that's comfortable, that can keep you warm.
Second down. Play clock is at 2. I think somebody got an early start for Cloverdale. Tonight's fourth quarter is a service of our friends at Endeavor Communications. Don't be tortured by technology. Call 800-922-6677 or visit weendeavor.com for all your telecommunication and technology needs. Flag count has gone down here in the half for Cloverdale, but still 95 yards and penalties against the Clovers tonight.
A lot of them mental errors for whatever reason. Some of them were good penalties. There were situations where they just were aggressive and playing hard. They have dominated from start to finish tonight.
Pitch play goes to Wilkes. And Wilkes lost the football again. Picked up by Owen Valley.
Wow, it's a slick ball tonight.
Third Cloverdale turnover. McBee, Jerry McBee, a freshman, recovers it for the Patriots. So Owen Valley will start at the Cloverdale 23-yard line. There will still be some coaching points for Tom Winders at the end of this game. Penalties and turnovers. Now if you're OV, let's see if you can capitalize here. Throwing the deep ball down the sideline and overthrows Welch.
Good thought, because Welch had the defender beaten by at least 2 or 3 steps. Number 14, Braden Foster, was a defender, the sophomore, 6'1", 155 pounds, but Welch, 34. He had 2 or 3 steps. Just overthrew him.
Welch, a sophomore. Did have a 17-yard catch back in the first half.
And if I'm Owen Valley, Greg, go right back to him. Go back to the same play. Single coverage.
Hand off in the draw to Cook. And Cook lost the football. They're going to say he was down. Joshua Roach with the tackle for the Clovers. Cook probably going to need an ice bath at the end of this one.
Almost looked like a horse collar tackle there. No flag.
He's kind of got him high. 28 yards rushing for Cook tonight. And that young lady, Jessica Geiger, getting a snap or 2 at linebacker for the Clovers this evening. Sophomore linebacker. Handoff again goes to Cook. Makes a couple of defenders miss. Finds a seam. Gets to the 15, to the 10. And he'll be knocked down just shy of the goal line. Will they give it to him? He's in. Touchdown. Touchdown for Owen Valley. But there is a flag behind the play. Flag behind the play. Well, hang on just a second here. And it does go against Owen Valley.
Well, that really hurts this ball club.
So unfortunately, wipe away the score for Owen Valley. Unfortunately, wipes away not just points, but great effort by Cook on the play.
Yep, and great field position too, because if Adams should be sacked here, boy, that will really push him back even further.
So 3rd and long.
Got to get rid of it quick if he's going to throw. Nope,
Get
run.
a hand off to Cook.
Good job.
Will be taken down at about the 20-yard line. So gain back 7 yards on the play.
Good positive run by Cook off the right side. I thought he had broken another tackle there to get closer to the chain at the end there for the first down.
They're going to let LaCourciere try a long field goal. This will be a 38-yarder. We've raved about his leg all night. Actually slipped on an extra point and still made it earlier. He frankly has all 7 points this evening. Has the fumble return and the extra point conversion. Welch is the holder. Good snap back. Plenty of leg, but he misses it wide right of the upright. Now with 3:45 left to go, it's just about picking up a first down or so that's left in this game for Cloverdale.
Looked like the snap was good and the hold was a little bit off center there. Timing was off by the kicker. Otherwise, I think he would have drilled that. He had plenty of distance. It's the timing, just missed it just a little bit. This will be an excellent win for Cloverdale. And again, for Owen Valley, it's part of the process. These youngsters will learn just a little bit more about themselves and becoming better football players.
Cloverdale's going to take a timeout. I think they're just going to get their JV unit, their second team in there, and you've got some fresh faces. In the contest. So he might be the quarterback at this point coming in. They've only got 2 listed on the roster. Braden Blevins is the other. Looks like this is going to be Corey Bennett that will line up at quarterback, wearing number 25. First time we have called Corey's name tonight.
There's a fumble.
That ball is still loose, and Owen Valley's got it. Kincaid falls on it. That is the 4th turnover of the half against Cloverdale.
Gives that Patriot defense never a good thing to think about as you take a look at Coach Winders. He's not happy about that performance there on the center snap. But again, got a youngster there. Corey Bennett, just a sophomore.
Another opportunity for Owen Valley to get some points on the board here late in the game. That's one of the differences in this Owen Valley team and this Cloverdale team is that there's some freshmen and sophomores in the roster, but most of those kids don't have to play at the varsity level for Cloverdale. They can come in a situation like this. Owen Valley doesn't have that luxury. Now Owen Valley going to get some of their 2s in the game here as well. Keaton Hunter in there at quarterback now. And Hunter, a little single wing football here. Will take it and run and gets a couple of yards.
Let's see how quickly Owen Valley gets these plays in as the clock continues to wind here in this ball game.
These young men work hard in practice trying to get them as an opportunity here as well. Hunter again, just gonna take it and scramble.
Another good job of pitting him inside.
This is normally what you would see in a JV game. Third down. Cloverdale walks up some backers. Handoff. Javon Moppins. First time we have called his name.
Good penetration by Ethan Mosier, number 63, freshman for the Clovers.
Another loss on the play, fourth down.
Boy, imagine Moppins, another freshman in the lineup for the Patriots.
See Jessica Geiger getting some more snaps for Cloverdale here late in the game. Play clock is at 1. Snap off in time. And Moppins can't hang on to it. Cloverdale will send their offense out for another snap or two, and this game will come to an end. See if Cloverdale lines up simply in victory formation, takes a couple of knees, and decides to line up in their usual formation. Last time there was a bad center exchange. This time they make the handoff cleanly.
Oh boy.
And a nice run down the middle of the field. Tackle will be made. Taking that ball is Connor Holder.
Another young freshman right down the middle of the field for a big gain and a first down, and still enough time for this offense. It looks like they want to run another play.
53 yards for Holder. Under a minute now left to go in the game. Handoff up the middle. Should be Holder again. That time met a little more swiftly. Tackle made by Charlie Campbell. Holder will pick up 5 yards. Cloverdale will line up one more time.
Clock is running. I tell you, this might be the last play of the ball game.
Handoff on the jet sweep. And that carry for Cloverdale goes to Xavier Evans, a freshman. He gets out of bounds with 10 seconds left to go. But the officials decide to wind the clock. Scoreboard operator's not catching it. Now he does. And Cloverdale will not get to run another play. And this game will come to its conclusion. 56-7, the final score this evening. Cloverdale goes to 2-5 on the season, while Owen Valley falls to 0-7. Let's go straight into our post-game wrap-up presented by Endeavor E-Tex. From simple home printer setup to PC diagnostics and large-scale network development, Endeavor E-Tex can help you with all your computer needs. Visit weendeavor.com to learn more. We knew this was going to be a struggle for Owen Valley coming in. Certainly it played out that way. You respect the fact those kids continue to hustle. It has been a beyond rough year for the Patriots in football. They do pick up 4 turnovers in the second half of the game, but it was all Cloverdale tonight. Mike, your final thoughts on this one?
Yeah, Cloverdale dominated the football game in this one, Greg, and I give this Cloverdale team a lot of credit for being focused, because sometimes when you play a winless team, you don't prepare quite as well, and I think they were ready and able tonight, and it all started on the defensive end. Caden Stevens played fantastic, a couple of great interceptions, and offensively, Jake Wilkes was just unbelievable, had a tremendous outing tonight.
But our player of the game, the last guy you mentioned, it's Jake Wilkes. Our player of the game presented by Endeavor Communications. Call 800-922-6677 or visit weendeavor.com for all your telecommunications needs. Wilkes had 10 carries tonight for 268 yards, and on 4 consecutive touches, he scored touchdowns spanning the first and second halves.
He was fantastic, and give credit to the offensive line and the wide receivers for blocking and making those holes happen, but Wilkes showed explosiveness in tonight's game.
Again, looking ahead for Cloverdale, they'll be on the road at Indian Creek next week, while Owen Valley is back here at home in Spencer when they take on Brown County. That'll do it for our broadcast this evening from Owen Valley High School. We greatly appreciate you being with us. Again, for Mike Walensky and our entire ISC Sports Network crew, this is Greg Rakestraw. Good night from Spencer, and thanks for watching Indiana High School football on the ISC